I found this.
Hell yeah, man. Congratulations. That's amazing. Hell yeah.
Those get more and more drug addict as we go on. It's awesome.
Welcome, Garrett. Welcome to
What's
the
up,
show,
man?
brother.
Can you guys hear me okay?
We can.
Hear you.
Can you hear me?
Hell yeah, I can, yeah.
Excellent. Excellent.
All right, man. That's good. That's great.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Planet Dirty. This is the newest installment. This is the Jason Takes Manhattan and Coke show. Welcome, everybody. And we're going to have a great night tonight. Let's see what else we got in the chat real quick. Antonis with a $5 super chat. Did you guys watch the Exorcist Believer trailer? Because it just came out today on YouTube. I have not watched it yet. I'll watch tonight. Thank you so much, Antonis. I tell you what, I'm sure we're going to talk about that, but let me get settled. let me take a few minutes and get settled, and we'll talk all about Exorcist Believer, because I'm sure it'll get brought up at least a little bit. Let me say hi to everybody in the chat real quick. Rock Music, Johnny Darko, 543 Deadhead, Kevin Toy Life, Tyler Durden, Nuclear, Dave Vanderhoff, Don Morton, JG Michael, Johnny Darko, Ryan, Andrew Allen, Astro Juicy 666. God damn, what a name. What's up, everybody? We got a lot of people here. Mark Williams, Jonathan Davis. Good to see everybody here tonight. We have 101 people in here already. Good God, you guys are rampant monsters. I love it.
That's sick, dude.
Welcome, everybody, to Planet Dirty, the Jason Takes Manhattan and Coke show. Garrett, what was it that drew you into saying, you know what, I got to be on the Jason Takes Manhattan and Coke show?
It gives me excuse to like eat and drink bad shit.
I like your Pizza Hut shirt, dude.
Thanks,
That's
dude.
awesome.
Is that like a retro one, or is that like a?
It actually says Pizza Dude's got 30 seconds.
Oh,
you
nice.
bastard.
That's
That's
even
even
better.
cooler. I had Pizza Hut today.
Dude, did you I follow this guy on Instagram. His name's I'll have to send you it. You'd love it. Dude, he's legit had pizza every day for like the last 6 years. And he posts every day of like what day it is. It's like, it's like 2000 and something, whatever. And I'm like, this is insane. And like, it's cool because it could be a slice, it could be a whole pie, it could be, and it's all different places and stuff. And he'll post like where he got it and stuff. But he literally posts every day of the pizza he's eating that day. And he's on like every day for like 6 years, I think. Like, how freaking wild is that?
What does he look like physically?
I saw they don't show him a lot, but then I was scrolling through and I saw a picture of, I think it was him. I think he said like, celebrating year 5 or something. And he didn't look like heavy set or anything like that. I was shocked, but it's just, what a wild ride though. You know what I mean? To be able to just keep that going like that.
Incredible. Incredible. Oh man. So Brandon, what kind of Cokes do you have tonight?
I have the standard Coca-Cola, the regular version.
I can't wait to watch you drink that and get your reaction.
I have cherry Coke, also the standard. But I also have a beautiful 4-pack of Mexican Coke, which I'm very stoked about diving into because I love this stuff. It's great. It's fantastic. Oh, yeah.
Damn, look at that. Hold on, Garrett. Is that an empty shelf down there on that Scream Factory thing?
Behind me?
Yeah.
So I moved all my Scream Factory to the spinner over here, and that's Vinegar Syndrome back there.
Vinegar?
Vinegar.
So what happened to so did you get rid of the I call it the pull-out shelf? Kind of like the pull-out bed?
No, that's now transformed into one half is like Blu-ray box sets, and the other half is my Kino stuff.
Damn, dude.
So I had to do a little rearranging because I was running out of space over here.
I think your Kino collection is going to start growing in the next year or so too.
It did, I know it. With the Kino though, I wait and like I'll just try to get everything on a sale. So I take my time with their stuff.
How often do they have sales? Do you? I'm a new Kino. I have Kino, but
dude, they have sales like every 3 months usually, and like their shit can get down to like $7. Like it's a real sale. Like you can walk out of there spending $120 and you've got like 10 to 12 titles. I mean, that's unheard of. Like that's like Scream Factory, you get like 3, for that price. And I'm like, wow, you make out really well. And like a lot of their 4Ks and stuff will go on sale for like $14.99 or something. So I never buy Kino day one just because I've gotten them at such great deals if I just wait.
Yeah.
So I'm still kind of playing catch up on it though, because like there are a lot that I need still.
Yeah, I probably should have done the same. One of mine already shipped. Needful Things.
I am gonna get that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, I do need to wait for the sales though. But
Hmm.
I got one of these with me. These tall boy glass Cokes.
Woo.
And it's an American, but I love Coke out of the glass. And I don't know what the hell this is, guys. I was looking at this. It says limited edition Coca-Cola Creations.
I saw that today, and I took it, and I was like, I don't know what this is, and I put it back.
Dude,
what is it?
I don't know. It says League of it says League of Legends.
It has the
Doesn't say
flavor
something
type on the right.
There's no flavor.
It didn't. When I looked at it,
it's like XP flavored or something. It says.
Yeah, but what does that mean? I saw that XP,
right there.
but I didn't know what that meant.
I don't know. I guess I mean, should I do this? I mean, Garrett, what do you have with you? You got just regular nice little.
No, I got dude. I haven't had a Coke in a long time, so I was like, I got to go cherry. I got to go the cherry Coke.
Very nice.
That's the classic.
Yeah.
Have you tried the cherry Pepsi? I finally had that the other day.
I'm sure I probably had it. Is it relatively new, or is it something that has always been around?
I'm sure it's been a few years. That just, dude, I'm doing these shows has actually been fun for me because I'm trying stuff that I even haven't had in a very long time. Like, for instance, I don't think the last time I had Tang, the Twin Towers were still standing. As fucked up as that is to say. I mean, that's how long
it's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I haven't had Tang since Tang was a big thing for me because my great grandmother used to give it to us all the time. And I mean, I probably haven't had it since she passed away, which was when I was a kid. That was like her drink of choice, I guess.
Yeah.
But do you know what else is interesting too? Is you bastards doing these shows, right? Remember when we did the Breaking Bread or whatever, and we did the Burger King, and I was like, oh my God, I haven't had a Whopper in forever. Bro, I fucking get one now once a month.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, it's so freaking good, man. I hadn't had one since that show, I think in 10 years. And I was like, dude, this is good, man.
Dude, you're going to turn into Ben Stiller at Dodgeball.
Well, you know what's funny is and plus now that Burger King has Surge, it's like a double whammy. Cause I freaking love Surge. And they have zero sugar Surge and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh man, once a month I head over there at some point. I'm getting a Surge and a freaking a Whopper or whatever.
Hell yeah.
But,
I like that Surge shirt you guys got. Those Surge shirts are incredible.
I forgot who put that out. But yeah, that was a cool thing. Thing with those shirts, man, is there's so many companies you got to be on it because they'll release them and they'll be gone. I missed out on this Exorcist one that I wanted. It said 72-hour sale, so I had it and I was like, I'll get it tomorrow. And then when I went back to put it in, it sold out. I'm like, sold out. I thought this thing that said it was on sale for 72 hours. I didn't realize there was a limit. So I missed it.
Jeez,
it was a black and white tie-dye Exorcist tee that was on sale this weekend, and I really, really wanted it, but it was gone before I even pulled the trigger.
Yeah, tie-dye I say it's coming back. I don't know if it ever really went away, but it seems like it's popping up more and more now. And then I saw TeePublic's offering.
I know. I know. I'm starting to tell people about the Camp Rad Pack getting it in tie-dye or whatever. So yeah, that's cool that they're offering that now.
Yeah, that's incredible. Let me do a little promotion really quick, Brandon, before we get into some of your topics. Check this out, Brandon. I want everybody to know right now on a flash sale. Garrett's gonna be proud of me. We got merch for this specific show. Merch made for the specific show. I'm gonna drop the I'm gonna pin the comment where you can get it. Check this out, guys. You can't get the adrenaline pumping without the terror getting people. I love this town.
Oh man, you don't want a Tabata Takes Manhattan. That's insanity.
Dude, isn't that the best? So, Brandon, tell everybody who inspired that shirt.
Let me get back to my Instagram because I'm terrible with people's names, but the people who made that design are Jeff and Connor Shoe. I'm saying your name totally wrong. I apologize. Jeff and Connor Shoe Chart.
Yeah,
it's the infamous dad and son duo we've been seeing, tagging us in videos, watching our shows, wearing the merch.
They love the show.
And they designed that the other day.
Dude, they get hamburgers. It's like a thing. They get hamburgers. They eat dinner. They wear the shirts. They
You know
got
what's
the
cool
hat.
about it? That it's like a bonding thing for them.
It is.
You
Oh,
know,
it's
that is
incredible.
cool.
It's
Yeah.
it's very humbling. I'm always taken aback because Garrett, like it's like you do these videos, you put stuff out, you'll get a merch sale, but it's numbers and stuff. But when you actually see the people, and it's like it's so humbling.
Yeah, that's why I always tell people, like, if you buy anything, like, post a picture wearing it, and then we'll just tag it and share it around. Just because, again, like you said, you can get numbers saying people are buying it, but when you actually see people wearing it out, it's pretty rewarding.
It's incredible.
You know?
Yeah. Really quick, Ryan Andrew Allen says, I need some Nick merch. Dude, go to that pinned comment I just dropped. That's the link to my storefront. I have a Nick is Exhausting t-shirt. It's got your name on it, Alan. On sale right now. It's on sale right now. So this is the Jason Takes Manhattan and Coke show, and we don't need to do this all night. In typical fashion, we'll probably spend 5 minutes or so on this, but I do want to talk about Jason Takes Manhattan. I want to start by asking the chat this. Hold on, Brandon. Don't blow your load so fast. Hold on, Brandon. Hold it for a second.
It's hard to hold it in sometimes, man.
I know it is. I know. I want to start by asking both of you guys this and the chat. You've got 2 posters for this movie. I think both of them are incredible. Which one is the absolute definitive to you for this movie, for Jason Takes Manhattan? Because I see people that are diehard I Love New York and diehard metaphor Jason Over the City. Which one for you guys is the definitive Jason Takes Manhattan poster? And for the chat.
I like both, but I'm gonna probably have to say I Love New York is probably the one that I think of the most. And that was a big thing because I mean I remember when this came out, I wanted to see this so bad in theaters, but I was young at the time, and I'm telling you, it's for a movie that didn't really do that well. I swear this thing was so hyped. It was insane, like commercials all the time, because I was a little kid and I knew so much about this movie. And I really didn't know at that point who Jason was. This might have even been like my first introduction to him as a character because it was just out everywhere. Like, was this when he was on Arsenio too? Like around this time?
Yeah, because that's definitely Hodder's Manhattan makeup on the show.
Right. So like he was everywhere. And that, I Love New York poster was one that you would see, but then all of a sudden I remember there was like a big controversy over it and it kind of got scrapped or whatever. So I love that. I actually was looking for it to put up for tonight, but I don't know where I didn't know where it is. Honestly, it's probably behind that Crush one, like in the same frame, to be honest.
So when you were a kid though, do you remember seeing in person legitimate licensed I Love New York posters?
I don't remember, but I remember there being a problem with it. I don't know if it was on the news or whatnot, but I do remember there being an issue where New York wasn't really happy with the marketing on that.
Yeah, on the Crystal Lake, it's brief, but on that Crystal Lake Memories documentary, they take a clip from, I guess it was a local New York radio show, saying that the Tourism Bureau or whatever it is threatened legal to Paramount, so they were like, okay. But it's interesting. Like I strike you as an I Love New York poster kind of guy. I
love that design a lot, and I actually love Manhattan, and I know it's kind of people love it or hate it, I think. But what's interesting too is with growing up with that, and like you said, with that being hotter on Arsenio and all that stuff, like it really just felt like a huge deal. And I'm just kind of shocked that it never really amounted to it. Cause I think it was a big flop, right, Brandon?
I don't know if it was a big flop, but I think it flopped compared to what they had hoped it would do. Right. Like it kind of, cause it made its money back, I think.
Yeah. But
like bare minimum,
they were costing them $2-3 million before, like Jason Lives and stuff. And they were making 19-20. Now they're spending 5-6 and making 14-15. So the writing was on the wall for them.
Now let me ask you this: did you guys pick Coke? Like, is Coke in the city when he's in the city? Is there Coke billboards and stuff?
So when he does hit Manhattan, or when they show Manhattan, in the middle, it's like Batman, Coke.
I thought so, because I have a poster that was like a hand-drawn poster, and it's got the Coke logo, but it says like something else. So I'm like, oh shit, maybe that you guys did this on purpose, because there is Coca-Cola shit plastered all over Manhattan.
Yeah, are you talking about the poster where it's like him in New York, and if you look on the signs, you'll see a little Halloween 5 drawing and then a dream shot? Yeah,
Freddy.
we have that in our living room.
Oh yeah, I love that poster.
so
That's that's actually the dude who we interviewed on Red Pack.
Right. Yeah, I've had that for 5-6 years. My wife got it for me for Christmas, and it's in our living room. It's beautiful. The only reason she allowed it in the living room is because, like, if you just kind of breeze past it, it just looks like a New York poster.
Right.
But no, it's a gorgeous piece of art. That's the only time I've ever kind of halfway thought something out. The Jason Goes to Hell and Pepsi show is the most bizarre pairing ever. It worked, Brandon.
It did.
The people loved it.
Somehow they did.
I just pulled that out of my ass. But then I was like, well, if we do a Coke show, we got to do J Steaks Manhattan, because I remembered the New York thing. So, but there you go. So Garrett prefers that. Brandon, before we get to you, do y'all want to open up a Coke and get to drinking some goddamn Coca-Cola? Should I go XP?
Yeah,
plus
try. I
XP?
want to see what that tastes like.
Yeah, all right. Let me go, guys. If you guys are drinking Cokes with us, pop one open with us.
Oh, the cherry's bomb, dude.
Cheers, Jason Takes Manhattan. There you go, Brandon. Cheers. Cheers, Garrett.
That's fire.
I can't really decipher what this is.
It's gonna be one of those things that's gonna be like triple the caffeine or something. You're gonna be like off the wall.
It's got some kind of berry taste. It's not cherry.
It doesn't.
Yeah. No,
that sounds horrible.
It's not bad, but something about this. It's got some kind of weird. Dude, I don't know.
Is it like that? We talked about this last week, but like, what was it called? That like starry Coke?
Oh yeah. We
I
always try to
thought
get
that
those.
was
tasting.
I thought that was okay, but it was a one and done kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would have been the cosmic horror.
know,
that would have been the jam.
Yeah,
right
that would
there.
have been. Damn it!
Did you guys?
Sorry for that. So the lemon lime soda.
Did you? Starry? Yeah, we should have did that. That's everywhere now. Did you guys ever try? I kept a couple cases of these. Maybe they're still around. Those like nitros. Did you guys ever try those?
I looked for one of those today.
It was
Coke
a
energy
Pepsi
drink?
Nitro, or I think it was a Coke or Pepsi that did the nitros.
Oh,
who was that?
I had one of those the last show. Pepsi.
Oh yeah. Though, did you guys like it? It was weird, right?
Hated the regular. Loved the vanilla.
Oh.
I chugged the vanilla, top to bottom. I was like Badland Chugs, that guy on YouTube.
He murdered himself last show.
Oh, dude, I felt like shit last show. I got a really quick, guys, for the audience. I'm gonna be honest with you, like 4 out of 10. This just tastes almost like medicine. I'm gonna power through it for the sake of the show.
Just trash it.
I'm gonna chug it, Brandon.
Don't do it, man. I'm telling you.
No, I'm not gonna chug it. All right, Brandon, talk to me. The chat has spoken. They say Jason over the city.
Yeah, I like the or go ahead, Christian. Go ahead.
No, I was just setting you up more. Go ahead. I can tell you're ready.
I love the I Love New York poster, but this to me is almost always going to be the more iconic poster. I just love it. The pink and blue neon, the over the skyline thing. Like it's very typical. It's a floating head poster, but something about this one just feels it feels so right for the movie.
Well, I love those kind of metaphorical type. You know, he's like, I say metaphorical. It's not really a metaphor, but like he's literally taking Manhattan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm just so glad that we have both of them.
Yeah.
I have a print of the I Love New York one, and I have a print of both of them, and I'll swap them out. I'll decide to go with one day and one week and one the other week. And I don't know, Garrett, yours is an original Jason Takes Manhattan. I Love New York.
I don't think it is. I got it. I don't remember, man. I've had that poster probably since 2006. So I don't think it is, but it's not folded. It's rolled. I mean, it's really, you know, sometimes when you get like repros, you can kind of tell like they're a little pixelated if you get really close. Right. This is not at all. So it could very well be like this thing is really, really sharp looking. But again, I don't know. I was buying shit on eBay back then. I didn't know what was what. I just saw 27 by, but actually it's a 27 by 40. So it might not be if it came out in 89, it probably is a repro because it's not 41. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. Do you have any original Friday the 13th posters?
No.
Oh, I bet
Nope.
they're expensive.
Yeah, they are. I've looked.
Yeah.
My uncle had a Friday the 13th Part 1.
Oh, shit.
And he was trying to get me to buy it. He just wanted a lot for it. But he ended up selling it on eBay and shit anyway, so I kind of missed out.
Oh, damn. So, Brandon, what did you have? You got collectibles for Jason Takes Manhattan. You've got your CD. Now, how old is that CD? When did that? And does that have the Darkest Side of the Night on it?
It does. This came out about, I think, 2 years ago now. It was like the newly released version, limited edition of 2,000 units. I'm sure there's still a ton left. But it finally has the full version of Broken Dreams, Living in the City, and JJ's Blues. And there's also an instrumental version of Darkest Side of the Night. So it's a very cool soundtrack. The rest of it by Fred Mullen is pretty much the same as the one we're used to. A lot of bonus stuff, though. Really nice looking copy. The CD is really nice looking.
Well, hold on. Let me see the CD. Bring it up to me. Is that artwork on the CD?
It's just Jason's stand. I think it's from the that trailer where he turns around.
Dude, that's
yeah.
That's badass.
It's kind of hard to see, but you sort of get the
dude.
gist of it.
When you uploaded, what's the song? That song.
Yeah.
When you uploaded that thing on YouTube and like it kept going, I thought, oh my God, I'm dead. Like, cause I'm in like a dream right now. I had no idea that there was more to that song.
Yeah. They, yeah, he loops it a couple times because you can tell it was just sort of like an incidental thing they wanted to have. But it's not as epic as I hoped it was going to be, that full version. You know what I mean? Like it kind of went a different way than the version I always cooked up in my head. So
Yeah.
Still cool they released it though, finally.
Because, dude, do you guys follow Friday the 13th franchise.com?
I used to.
Website. Jason Parker, it's the guy who runs it. I've followed that page for Jesus, man, the better part of like 13 years now. Since about 2009, actually, so 14 really. And I always like if he didn't post about it, I figured it didn't happen. And he probably did, but I just never knew about it. I must have missed it. But dude, that just blew my mind. And I've been wanting to cover the song now that I know that there's more of it, but
you should. Speaking of which, though, did you guys get the vinyl reissue of Jason Takes Manhattan soundtrack? There was a vinyl that came like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
I don't think that's this though, is it? It doesn't have all the same
I think
stuff,
it's just
right?
the score.
Just the score.
Yeah.
They have Darkest Side of the Night on there.
It is on there?
Yeah, but none of the other songs. It's the score with Darkest Side of the Night.
Cool.
And I don't think it's necessarily it's the very first reissue in the sense that it came out now, but I don't think Jason Takes Manhattan or any of the Friday the 13th besides Man Behind the Mask single with the artwork style for the movie. I don't think any of the Fridays ever got a vinyl release back in the day, with the exception of like that Manfredini triple feature red vinyl that I've seen in person with like 1, 2, and 3 with that 3D shot of Jason, which is really cool. I saw it at Texas Frightmare maybe, like 4 or 5 years ago, and they wanted like $80 for it, which is a lot of money, but that's probably what something like that is worth. Because you don't see that stuff ever, you know.
Well, did you see what Waxworks doing now with those releases? And I'm wondering if it's
pretty
like
pissed off about that.
In you.
Oh, dude!
I
like,
mean, I am gonna get
it.
that one.
But I want it. Like I already, dude. I've been buying Waxwork records for years. I got the very first run of that Friday the 13th.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna get the album. I'll get the steel with the slip because I don't have Friday on 4K. I don't.
Oh, so you get it separately? So,
yeah, I think you can get it separately. I believe, and I think Waxwork on their site is going to do it where they package the album with it. I think. I mean, I could be wrong, but if they do it without the album, I'm going to buy it. But I'm not going to pay for that. I've already got that album. You know, I've already got that vinyl. But I mean, I thought to myself, I can get a cool slip cover on this 4K steel. I'll get it just because I don't have any of the Friday steel books. I don't have the 4K for Friday. I'm like, I might as well just get it here. But if it's going to force me to get the vinyl, I'll just pass on it. But then I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if they're going to try to put one out for every edition as like a 4K. That would be pretty cool.
If Paramount themselves are releasing the 4K on other websites, it says Amazon has it separately. If they have this, maybe I say this because it's just a way for me to convince myself I don't have a serious issue, but I genuinely love buying Friday the 13th on physical media. I do. It's like a pastime for me. But I really want that slipcover. I really do. And I'm kind of bummed a little bit because I thought Friday 2 had the best looking updated scan on the Blu-ray set out of all the first 4. And I was like, dude, that's going to look so incredible in 4K if they do that. And I was for sure they're going to do it this year, which I probably still will. But,
Sure,
we got to wait till next year or the next Friday the 13th. Who knows? They put out the final chapter steelbook in January. It was January. I was like, what the fuck?
Now, this is the first time, though, that the 4K has a steel, though, right?
Yes.
Before it was a Blu-ray steel and a 4K regular, right?
Blu-ray, yeah. And the Blu-ray came out. The Blu-ray steelbook was probably like pre-COVID. So
okay. So yeah, all right. That'll be a good deal then.
I
haven't bought any Friday stuff since the box set, so
I can't say the same, brother.
I know. You got all of it. You got all the steels.
I love it.
The 4K, yeah.
I even got all the TV show. I got the separate Blu-ray cases, which I prefer because they're really colorful.
That's what I have. Did you buy both and the box?
Yeah, I've got
black one.
I bought the separate ones years ago before I really even knew that they were available. I had to get them online, and then when this came out, I got it at my Walmart because I something about Friday the 13th. I just really enjoy buying. And I have a lot of them. I've got a lot of the DVD sets, but Crystal Lake to Manhattan set's one of my favorites, dude. That's one of my favorite vintage box sets ever. Brandon, what's your favorite moment of Jason Takes Manhattan? And is it Manhattan or Manhattan? How do you say it, Garrett? I say Manhattan.
Manhattan.
Man?
Yeah.
How do you say it? First of all, Brandon's an interesting guy. He doesn't say DVD. He says Diva D.
Do I?
Diva?
DVD?
Say DVD, Brandon.
I do not say Diva D.
You say it fast. You go.
Say DVD. DVD.
You say DVD.
DVD. Well, maybe there's a slur there. I do tend to slur stuff, so maybe there's a slur.
Brandon puts the emphasis on Manhattan.
Yeah, it's Manhattan for sure.
I say what I just say. Pizza. Did I say anything? Because Justin and Mel swear that I say pizza. And I'm like, I don't say pizza.
Sometimes your New Yorker comes out of you a little bit.
Pizza.
I'll hear it every now and again on you.
That's so funny.
But then again, people say I sound like I'm from New York. I could be farther away, Brandon, what's your favorite moment of Jason Takes Manhattan?
Oh, I think when he gets doused with the toxic waste and there's like the screaming Muppet thing. I love that part. That's the best part. It's terrifying too.
That scared the hell out of you, though.
It's still terrifying now. It is.
Dude, I like that song, "Darkest Side of the Night." Good God, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Take that out of that movie, and my favorite part about this movie is the fact that you can see Kane's actual pinky finger.
Yeah,
when he grabs the boat in the beginning, and he's somehow that pinky survived waterlogging, electricity. It survived everything. I even have a magazine. I forgot what magazine. It's like Gore Zone or something magazine where Kane's on the front cover with his hands like this, and he's decrepit, looks like a zombie. He's got the cleanest pinky finger I've ever seen. Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, as much as the movie is wacky, where it takes place mostly on the boat and stuff, I mean, when he hits Manhattan, it's still epic to me. It's not long, but when he's in Times Square, it's still so badass. And then the head punching scene, the Johnny Cage fatality, as a kid seeing that for the first time, it was my mind was blown.
Oh, dude, yeah. And I like McCullough, the teacher. I like pricks. That's why 7 and 8 to me are just, dude. Bad News Cruise is my favorite non-Jason character in the entire series, but McCullough's a badass.
Yeah, he's the man.
Was she of legal age by that point, Brandon? You figure she was 18, right? So, was he in the wrong there, or
he was into it for 35 seconds or so before he had a change of heart.
He came to.
I'm convinced he just kind of out of the corner of his eye saw Wayne filming. That's why he got up all of a sudden. That's the only reason why he didn't go through with it. So,
and that dude didn't even get anything. Yeah. She used him, dude.
He really is an asshole. Yeah, for sure.
You know. And what was that one broad that was with her? The Asian girl. She was like she went on to do some pretty big movies, right? Like some X-Men movie or something.
I think she was an X-Men
or something. What was it?
Yeah. Something like that. What's up, Sir James Brown? How are you? $5 super chat. There was a Friday the 13th box set on CD that came out late 90s, mid 2000s.
Yeah, Wes has that. It's it was like a big soundtrack set. It was almost Manfredini, I think, put it out. So it was like all his stuff on a big set. I remember that came out. It was like kind of like a big box of CDs. I think he went through all of them. I'm pretty sure. I remember that whole thing. It was big. And I think Wes has it signed by Manfredini.
Damn.
But I'm sure if you looked it up, you could probably find it. I don't know what it would cost nowadays, though.
Sir James Brown, thank you so much. Somebody requested the Brandon dancing clip. Let me give him that real quick.
It's always been Creepshow 2. One that we have is great value. So it's Creepshow 2 also, to me, just feels like that perfect 80s time capsule. You know what I mean? Like with the Firebird and the second sequence and all that stuff. The one that we have is great value, so it's a Walmart brand. It'll flip your lunch tray.
A couch.
That's a t-shirt idea, dude. It'll flip your lunch tray.
Oh yeah.
Can you make a Jason shirt, Brandon, with like Jason instead of a machete? He's got a lunch tray.
I could do that. Yeah.
Take a lunch tray and replace Jason over at New York.
Oh, I would love that.
It's a lunch tray.
That would be the best.
Brandon, show me your shirt. Show Garrett your shirt.
We got that, buddy.
Dude, look at this. He comes in hot with some cool stuff sometimes.
What is it? Carnival of Carnage, dude? What is this?
Look at 2007.
Yeah, this is
Halloween
my vintage.
Horror Night.
2007. This is the best year of that event. This is the
Brandon,
best year.
Dude, it still fits too. That was years ago.
Oh yeah, it was really, really baggy because I liked baggy clothes and I still do. But now it's like my man nipples scrape the edge now, so it's kind of getting tighter. You know, it's been in the box for like 15 years, but it still fits. It still looks good.
Dude, that's awesome, man. That's been a bucket list item for me. I've never been to Horror Nights, and I've always wanted to go. But I guess now it's just insanity, right?
Now we haven't been in a couple of years, not really since Isabella was born, but now it's even the last few years we went, it was such a big, huge juggernaut. I mean, it's worldwide popular. People come from overseas to see this thing. It's way more popular than the California event and the Singapore event, obviously, but it's just like if you go to Halloween Horror Nights even for one night and you don't get the express pass, you're gonna have a horrible time. Because the last year we went in 2018, first day we were there, September date, lines were 2-3 hours long out the gate.
Was that the Killer Clown year that they did, or?
I don't remember. It was not a good year. It was not fun. And it's just gotten so, I hate to say it's gotten so corporate because that's such an easy way out, but it's not the same that as it was 15, 16, 20 years ago. You know what I mean? It's just too big of a thing now.
How far are you far from Orlando or no?
We're about a 45-minute drive from the place.
I think I'm coming there. My goal is to be there next October, so October 2024. Yeah,
dude,
and I'm gonna try to hit it up.
Yeah,
I might have to take a little drive ski.
Yeah, dude.
All you gotta do.
We will wreak havoc for sure.
Call up Brandon and say, dude, I'm trying to find your house. Where's it at? Just look for the trap house. I'm right next to it.
I'll call him and I'll be like, bro, come down. We're going to Horror Nights. Let's go.
Yes, dude, I'm ready.
Once you start seeing all the broken glass in the road, you're getting close.
Hopefully I will have burned it down by then. Oh, whoops, I probably shouldn't have said that on camera.
Speaking of that, is that Jason mask in your, like, Tabato's background really, like, I'm not sure if it's like a green screen or if this is real life back there. Like, is that Jason mask real? Dude, that's mad shiny. I love that.
Yeah.
This is one of my first hockey masks that me and Shanna finished a couple years ago.
Glossy looking.
Oh, I like the gloss.
We had Kane signed it at the Spooky Empire a couple years ago.
That's not. It looks great it reflects great on the camera for sure.
Yeah. It's pretty good. We're pretty proud of it.
I could give him a run for our money on that.
I agree, Killer Pizza.
Cool
movie.
I brought this to the table. Piz did this one for me for Manhattan.
Nice. Yeah, Piz does good work.
He did mine too.
Yeah. Did he? I told him I wanted it extra slimy, so it's pretty glossy in there, but it's hard to tell.
I told him I wanted an extra bright yellow, and he did it to a T.
That's great.
They did
That's
good
great.
work.
Last summer, I bought like 15 blanks with 15 strap sets. So I'm gonna get back into hockey mask making, but I might do that this October because they're blanks, like they're clear. They're these, but they're clear and plain. I got the chevrons, I got the straps, I got the rivets, I got all the paint I need. So maybe I'll turn that into like a DIY series. That would be fun.
It'd be really cool, man.
Yeah.
You know, Max Thunderdome does have a point. One of the most disturbing scenes to me has always been when the two street junkies kidnap Brenny and shoot her up with toxic green heroin.
Hell yeah.
I mean, she did get shot up with heroin.
She did.
That's just fucked up.
She really did.
Oh, man. Guys, I think I'm going to have to crack open this regular Coke with my Friday the 13th bottle cap.
Ooh,
because,
nice.
Brandon, I'm going to tell you right now, the Coca-Cola Plus XP is not Tabata approved.
Hey, Christian, real quick, on the back of your bottle, read me the ingredients. Like, at least, like, is there high fructose corn syrup in yours?
Oh God, there's gotta be.
First
Mine
of all, is yours like this? Mine has like a printed label that they stuck on.
So is mine. Are you sure you're not drinking the Mexican Coke?
I don't know. Hold on. Carbonated water, cane sugar, caramel color.
It would say no returnable on the side if it is.
Say what?
They'll say no return. I can't say no returnable. It'll be spelled differently.
If it's Mexican, it says that?
Yeah.
Dude, I got a Mexican Coke.
Yeah, that's it.
I got a Mexican Coke.
That's why it tastes so good.
Yes,
ours are just sugar.
Oh, so wow.
Dude, I got a Mexican.
That's the difference.
This gas station's right by my house too.
Yeah.
I can get these whenever
there's
I want.
there's no high fructose corn syrup in there, which on our classic ones there is.
Brandon, you ready?
Wow.
I'm about to try Mexican Coke then. This is
See if
going
it's a little
down.
different tasty.
All right, Brandon. Cheers.
Cheers. I'm gonna crack open this cherry Coke.
Dude, that is really good.
Oh yeah.
That is really good.
There's something else about those two that makes them different. I forgot what else it is besides the sugar thing.
Oh, dude.
They said it's sugar cane. That's gotta be cane. After you take a drink, it's gotta be cane. It's gotta be cane.
Oh man. Thank you, Big K. Movies and games for $5. Super chat. It's like this. We live in claustrophobia, the land of steel and concrete, trapped by dark waters. There's nor escape. There's no escape, nor do we want it. I love this town. Fucking classic, dude. No idea what the fuck that guy's talking about, but I believe it. Like, dude, you know what I mean?
He was tripping on acid when he recorded that shit, man.
Dude, I remember the first time I heard that. I got my Part 8 DVD, whatever. And I'm watching the movies for the first time, and I it was late at night. I had it cranked up. Oh no, this was when I figured out like I could get like a headphone extension, and I can plug it up to my TV, and I could like go lay in my bed and watch the movie with headphones. And I remember doing that for this, and dude, this got me in the mood. And I remember when this guy started talking, shit, I didn't know what he was saying, dude, but I fucking had my attention. And
dude, that guy,
I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about?
You know, that guy went to the studio to like record a recap per usual, right? And like he just started spouting off the mouth of that crap, and the director was like, all right, and they just left it in there. That's probably exactly what happened, dude. They were all just too coked out and whatever.
Let me give Big K something really quick.
With all these nicknames, everyone that I accumulate like 3 pounds of fat.
Look how bald I was in that clip.
Dude, there have been many iterations of Tabata Vision on this show. When are we gonna get like the heavy metal Pantera Tabata, where it's like, dude, goatee, long ponytail hair?
Hey, you're a couple years away from that, buddy.
And what is it? The 2000s Justin or whatever? What was he?
Oh, 2014 Justin.
2014 Justin.
Dude. Oh man. My favorite is McCullough's reaction to the blonde girl. Hey, I'm your teacher. Dude, Mexican Coke, Brandon, like this is cool because I didn't realize I was getting Mexican Coke. I don't live in Mexico.
You're gonna go into the store that you got and be like, I want all your Mexican Coke right now.
You can tell by like the length.
Mexican is like a little longer in length.
The U.S. bottles are shorter, the glass bottles are shorter.
You know what's funny, Brandon? They had those there too.
There's so many better ways I can say shit on this show, just so you guys know.
No, you're doing a great job, dude. You're doing a great job. So today was a big Blues Days Tuesdays, as they say. And I was going to show you guys my media book for part 8, but I've shown it a bunch. I'll show you guys what I picked up today, and if you guys want, if you have it near you, feel free. I got May on Second Sight. Definitely excited to watch this. Yeah, I like this movie. I seen it on Netflix years ago. Completely forgot about it, and people were getting it, and I was like, hell yeah. Brandon, I got Burial Ground.
Oh boy,
on 4K
on that one.
Nice.
That artwork too is like fucking great, dude. Like,
let me know how that looks, because I will upgrade to 4K if that one looks good. Because I still haven't watched the one we bought last year.
Severed one.
I you know,
it's Severed put out the Blu-ray, right?
Yeah. Dude, this artwork is. I want a T-shirt of that. That's sensational.
Yeah, that's sweet. That's that crazy eye guy.
I have about 20 minutes left of this, but Hollywood Dreams and Nightmares. So far, very nice. So far, this is sensational, guys. I'll do a review of this, and I'm not going to spoil too much about it, but this is pretty much, in my opinion, pretty close to a world-class documentary full of so much information, stuff I've never heard before that I don't want to spoil for you, but please support something like this because I want more. Like they did Kane Hodder's a few years ago, which was good. This is exceptional. This is exceptional.
Where did you buy that at?
This is a Walmart exclusive.
Yeah, because I saw some of the other person say Walmart. Like that's surprising.
Walmart is the steelbook, but you can get the slip cover and stuff on Amazon.
Oh, nice. I'll probably do that. Man.
And I'm such a nightmare idiot that I'm getting both because I just can't help myself. But I saw this today. I ordered the regular version on Amazon, and I saw this today, and I was like, no fucking way I'm leaving that. I just got to. So my other version ain't here yet, but
you know what it is though. It really puts a light on like how great of an actor England is and was, and how smart of a guy he is. Like he's a freaking smart dude. Like it's incredible just to see like how great he really is, and you know he's done great stuff. But I think he could have done anything.
Absolutely, and the respect that he has from people is second to none, which is you cannot something to overlook. Everybody just respects the hell out of him. It seems like he was just one of those guys that had a grip on his success and everything, and by the time he got to that superstardom with Freddy, he knew how to handle it. You don't ever hear, I never heard about a Robert Englund scandal before. It seems like he just, he had his shit figured out.
And you know what else too? I haven't met Robert Englund. I haven't seen him or met him in many, many years, but the couple times I did meet him, he was always so like genuine, always so like the reason why his lines take so damn long is because he actually sits there and talks to people for a little bit. It's not just like come and go, like, all right, hey, what do you want? All right, see you later, bye. He actually like really engages with his fans, and it's nice to see that someone like that is just so always very, very engaging.
Yeah. Oh, and hey, I have not watched the special features on here yet, but guys, I'm looking on the back. The second special feature is Nightmare Cafe with Jack Coleman. I've got a bootleg of that show, which obviously lasted a half a season before it got pulled. But that's exciting to watch because I would love information on Nightmare Cafe. That's really cool. Guys, we have 163 people in here. Please drop a like if you don't mind. It's incredible. Jesus Christ. You guys got nothing better to do tonight?
Jared brought the party with him, man.
I wish.
20. Justin Smith said 20 minutes left. Why don't you finish movies? I would have, Justin, but like I was gonna go running. This. Yeah, I was gonna go running before the show, but I was like, I gotta do that. Then I gotta go wash my fucking hair, and I don't feel like doing that before the show. I'm gonna be rushing. Let me just watch my documentary. So I had to stop it. CR says, fellas, I'm still rallying for a Wendy's chili in Texas.
I am so down for that.
Wow,
I'm so
look
down.
At Garrett's
ready
to eat. Garrett's ready for more
fast
food.
You know what? That fast food fix, man.
You gotta eat it. You gotta. Please say you got the trophy replica. You can pour your chili in Texas.
Yeah, what's gonna happen is in 6 months, I'm like, yo, I've gained like 15 pounds since we started doing this.
You're gonna be where I am in 6 months. Holy shit!
But you know what though? Even like still, like Wendy's chili was something when I really started working out and stuff. I was just like, if I was like driving somewhere, like I need protein, I would go and get like Wendy's chili always. I haven't had it in a long time, but I can still. taste it.
Dude, I think we spent like 20 minutes on the last episode discussing Wendy's chili with the audience, and like, dude, there was a fiery debate on the chili
because you can get it
people
done all
love it
different ways and shit. You know, it's awesome.
And then we debated fries and the Frosty. I think Brandon was a proponent of fries and the chocolate.
Oh, dude, yes, and the vanilla Frosty too. I'll bring that up for sure.
Who gets the vanilla Frosty at Wendy's? Do you?
I do.
Dude, it's all about the chocolate Frosty.
I got to bring this up. Speaking of last show, in the after show, or like not the after show, the chat after the show ended, Cody, I'm just going to bring this up, Christian. Cody was sitting there still, quiet, right? Listening to me and Christian talk. Statuesque, comes out of nowhere with, I put buffalo sauce on everything. It was the funniest fucking outburst I've ever seen in my life.
I put buffalo sauce on everything.
What kind did he say? What he likes?
I don't know.
You gotta get the Hooters one. The Hooters.
I don't think he got the reaction he was expecting, so he kind of just dropped it.
Oh man.
Blu-ray Attic, have you guys seen the Matches of Horror? Yeah, I think Garrett, aren't you?
Yeah,
you guys are doing a show on that.
We're going to be doing a whole series on that. We got four episodes. We're going to do season 1, part 1, season 2, part 2, season 2, part 1, season 2, part 2. And that's going to span like the first one's going to start in September and it's going to go, I think, all the way into like February of 2024. I can't even believe I'm saying this.
And those are those streams are going to be on your channel, right?
Yeah. So you guys can check out my channel. I'll be at the streams there, but we'll be simulcasting with Dead Pit on those. So
cool. Don't tell him that. Just say it's
come to my channel. Yeah, come to
your channel. Oh man. Sir James Brown again. Thank you, James Brown. Robert Englund in V was the best character name. Was Willie, especially when he ate the rat. Oh shit, I gotta see this.
V's cool. Man.
It does look like a fun show. They showed a bunch of clips, obviously, in that. Thank you, James Brown. Let me give you one of my favorites.
The best part of eating corn on the cob is when like shit sprays out of it and you hit somebody in the eye with the water. I want some corn on the cob right now.
That's the best part. He's like looking around to make sure there's like an audience.
Oh yeah, dude.
He's like, who am I gonna hit with this?
Let me run through the rest of these real quick. Brandon was upset with me. They sold out of it the first time, but I did get my Wayne's World, but it's not a first pressing, so I'm a chump.
You know what though? I didn't buy Wayne's World on 4K because I'm putting my foot down saying if you're not going to give me a 2-pack, I ain't doing it.
Yeah, we need part 2 on 4K. That's ridiculous. Yeah. Like, where's Addams Family Values on 4K also?
I thought they put that on 4K. They didn't.
No, just the first one. But you know what? They'll watch. They're going to put out Wayne's World 2 on 4K Steel, and then I'm going to miss that one, and I'm going to be like, damn it, you know. So I might have to get it just so I don't, in case they pull one of those.
I can't believe we got this on 4K. This blows my mind. I cannot believe we have a 4K of this movie right now. Like, this is crazy to me.
I can't wait. I'm going to have to probably review this. Oh, over 30 minutes of never before seen deleted scenes.
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap.
I have the Blu-ray. The cover art on the Blu-ray was so bad. I'm so glad they went back to that original art. Yeah.
It seems to be kind of like I feel like that's starting to become a common thing with 4Ks. I noticed it looked like all the 4Ks of the Indiana Jones films, which I'm not too big into, but I saw them today and I was like, oh, well, it's all original artwork again.
30 years. Are you kidding me? It's fucking insane, dude.
Because that came out after Wayne's World, right? It had to have. Yeah, that's
93.
93.
Yeah, okay.
So I think it came out right before Wayne's World 2, I think, because Wayne's World 2 was 94, or was it 93?
Wayne's World 2?
I think it might have been 93.
Is he right about this? Because I kind of, if this is Mandela effect or not.
She did. I have the DVD somewhere.
So you heard that, Garrett?
That's
you heard
wild,
it. You heard what he said. He said DVD. You heard it, right? You heard that, right?
I didn't. I heard him say it, but I didn't catch what he said.
He said DVD.
I did not. There's no way.
Somebody somebody rewind the tape. He said DVD.
Yeah. Okay. So check out. I'm looking. Or you can't see what I'm looking at. What the fuck am I talking about?
Send me the. Do the present thing, Brennan.
I don't know, man. I don't think it does.
I'm finding a bunch of variations. I found one that has it, but the VHS release from when I was a kid doesn't have it. One of them has yes roses in one of them too.
Dude, I think I remember her having an axe.
She does. There is one with an axe, but it's funny because she's holding it freaking weird.
It looks like it's photoshopped, like old school.
Yeah, it's like weird.
Check the private comments. Let me see. Why is it not posting?
Hit the present button down there, Brandon. I'll add it.
Ah, okay. Good call.
No porn. Just make sure nothing's
It looks
pulled up.
it looks
X
weird.
out of every
but
other
it
tab.
makes a lot of sense. I think it looks weird. I don't know what the original art, like the poster art, had, but
I'm telling you. There
Yeah.
we go.
See,
That's what I remember.
broken hand.
Oh, okay, but you know what? That does look photoshopped as hell.
it does look weird.
Because there's a lot without it. See,
All right,
that's,
Brandon.
that's the Blu-ray art that.
Brandon,
crappy
just
one there.
do So I Married an Axe Murderer VHS. You gotta put a space in there.
Oh, you
too.
son of a bitch. Yeah,
Nope,
see, I don't
no.
remember having an. Yeah, I did not have an axe back then.
Okay, but look at that Blu-ray. Look at that Blu-ray right there.
Yeah, what the heck's that there down on the right? Not
Uh,
that
to-
one. That's
uh,
the crappy one.
All right,
That's the
Brandon,
one I
bring,
have.
bring right there, right there. There he is.
What is this?
That's a region.
Looks
B
overseas
Blu-ray.
or something.
Look at that cassette tape. Hell yeah.
Oh, it's like a home media page.
Oh, look at this
So this-
Australian VHS. Dude, that's fucking. I need these, man.
Very
You better have
sharp
it.
comedy.
You better have it within the week, dude.
Dude, these are awesome.
Brandon, like, what if this was your favorite movie of all time? Can
It
you
pretty much
imagine
is,
that?
dude. It pretty much is.
Do you want me to send you my? Do you have the Blu-ray? I can send you that to add to your Axe
I
Murderer.
do. I have this shitty one. I have this one.
That's the one I have too. It's
Oh,
so
yeah.
bad.
Groovy,
I'm gonna
baby.
upgrade just based on the fact that I don't want that in my collection anymore.
I had the DVD too, but I fucking sold it.
Dude, Brandon, why didn't they do a steelbook of this with like her just like with a fucking axe and a wedding
They could have
gown?
made it like a horror looking steel.
I would have rioted if there's a steel book of this movie.
Wait, you so
he
out of
hates
out of
those.
happiness?
Look
You
at that.
would have
That's like
rioted?
Inception right there. Look at the Inception. Going
That
on.
was crazy.
Oh man. So I got that. Obviously, Brandon got that. Garrett's probably gonna break down.
I'm gonna get it tomorrow.
Oh, I Married an Axe Murderer.
Yeah.
Brandon did not grab My Friend's a
And I'm gonna
Vampire.
get that
They didn't
tomorrow.
have it at Best Buy. I was pissed.
Brandon made a claim today that I think is daring. Oh,
It's
so
the truth.
daring.
It's the truth.
Why don't you repeat your claim?
Okay, so My Best Friend is a Vampire is superior to both Vampire's Kiss and Once Bitten.
You know what?
I've said
I'm
it.
actually more of a once bitten guy than Vampire's Kiss. I don't know if that's if people disagree with that. Vampire. I mean, that and
I think Vampire's Kiss can be kind of slow in certain parts.
I don't know, man. You know what? It's been a while since I've seen that. So I'd have to rewatch it when I get it tomorrow.
Dude, David
this-
Warner was in every fucking movie.
That movie is so good. That scene where he's drinking the pig's blood, he's like, I'm a vampire. Like that scene is, I can't believe that movie is so, I feel like it's so underrated as a teen vampire comedy. Like everybody talks about Once Bitten and Vampire's Kiss and stuff, but nobody ever talks about this movie. I can't believe it got a new Blu-ray release. That's pretty crazy.
Well, yeah, and it's nice because the only way I had this movie was it was on one of those Walmart like 8 movie packs with like this Repossessed, Slaughter High, like stuff like that. And when I say that they look bad, it's not even like it looks like a VHS. It looks like it's a VHS playing on a TV with a Kmart camera filming the TV. That's how bad the movies look. So like,
So it's gonna be almost
honestly,
like you're watching it for the first time now.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
for real.
It's gonna feel like this is uncovering like some kind of like unearthed.
And I love
know.
that when that happens. Like sometimes if I have DVDs that look like shit, even if I wasn't sure if I liked them, I'd purposely try to upgrade them because I feel like sometimes you have missing hidden gems.
Yeah.
You know, I talk about Tourist Trap all the time was one for me that I completely loved once I got that Blu-ray, and I hated
Great
it for
movie.
so long. You know.
Yeah, because it looked like shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll talk about Exorcist for a minute because I know people want to talk about that. Are you guys Vanilla Sky fans at all?
Oh, I love that
I love
fucking
Vanilla
movie.
Sky. Yeah.
That is
I
a
don't know.
great movie.
I think I might have mentioned this to you guys. I am more of the drama Tom Cruise guy, not so much an action Tom Cruise guy. There's nothing wrong with those movies, but I like Vanilla Sky,
I did too.
Jerry Maguire, The Firm, which is my favorite movie he ever did. I mean, but like I like these kinds of movies. I War of the Worlds too. War of the Worlds is sensational. I wish we can get a really, really nice release again of that movie.
I'm sure we will.
You know,
I don't see why we wouldn't. I think
Yeah,
in
the
time we're
20th
going to get most of that stuff.
The movie's coming up on 20 years in a couple of years, so I'm sure they're going to do something big for that.
don't remind me, Brandon. Good
Like
God.
2-3 years, like 2005, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nuts,
This
dude.
is
That's
this
nuts.
is 2001. This movie's 22 years old. Can you
That movie's
imagine
great.
that?
Killer soundtrack too.
And it's so funny that you say it's 22 years old because in my head I'm still thinking that's like a newer Cruise movie.
Right.
Right.
Like in my brain, that's like
Magnolia
on like
seems new.
that's on like the newer, like that was like his like comeback. Like to me, that doesn't fall into the categories of like Color of Money or anything like that. You know,
There are scenes in that movie that are so disturbingly frightening in Vanilla Sky.
I know. I'm excited to revisit this.
Dude, I love that movie.
I watched it as a kid, and nothing made sense.
It is bleak, man. That's a bleak fucking movie.
did Eyes
and
Wide
then-
Shut get a 4K?
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
I don't
pretty-
know.
Eyes Wide
yes,
Shut has a
yes.
4K. Son of a
that's
bitch. I
Stanley
don't have
Kubrick,
that.
right? Yeah, that has
Yeah,
a 4K.
that's a great freaking movie.
That's Kubrick's best film.
Wow.
I will say
Wow.
that.
Brandon,
Holy
Brandon-
crap!
Brandon,
Brandon's throwing
Brandon.
some cuts.
Brandon, you've got to settle down, Brandon.
I swear to Christ, I'm not even joking
Drinking-
around.
You're drinking too much.
Eyes Wide Shut is fucking phenomenal.
You're
Rewatch
drinking-
it. Rewatch it.
I need to rewatch it.
I know.
What was Nicole Kidman in that?
She was.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's a fucking batshit insane movie. Eyes
Mhm.
Wide Shut is a great fucking movie.
It is a good movie.
I don't know
Yeah.
what the best Kubrick movie is. Some days I'll tell you it's The Shining, and other days I'll say, you know what? God damn it, Clockwork Orange is the most insane movie I've ever seen. I fucking love it.
Mhm.
Probably the most disturbing one of his filmography for
Oh,
sure.
it's so disturbing.
Yeah.
It's
Makes you
almost
want
not a
a
movie.
glass of milk every time. Yeah.
It's just fucked up.
Did you know Justin's favorite movie of all time secretly is The Shining? He like never tells anybody that for some reason.
Why would he not want to tell you
He
that?
just
I
blew
don't
up
know,
the
I-
spot in front of everybody. Like, now
I-
everybody knows.
it's like a running joke. Every time someone asks him, he's like, "Oh, Shining." I'm like, "Bro, you never talk about that movie to be your all-time favorite." So it just becomes like a running joke now. Every time he says it, I'm like, "Dude, what? Like, you don't even." I went to your house. There's not even like anything shining around. Like a low key favorite.
Thank you, Late Horseshoe. How you doing, Dino? Thank you, Dino. Let me give you a little something, Dino.
It's fucking fantastic. Hobgoblins is fucking fantastic.
Thank you, Dino. Congrats on all your success, man. Thank you
Is
so
that
much,
what, is that
brother.
is that a clip of you when you watched Hobgoblins for the first time?
I don't know what the hell was going on in that clip. I don't know anymore, Garrett. I don't know what's happening with my own reality with these clips anymore.
You
That
just
was-
watched
that
Hobgoblins
was-
like this is fantastic.
That was when Brandon ate the butter duds live.
Oh,
on
that's
air.
right. Okay, yeah, that's right.
Actually,
He
you know what
loved
that
it,
is?
too.
That's a scene of Brandon working at the Vinegar Syndrome table when Christian's asking him how Hobgoblins is.
Dude, it's fucking
And he's
fantastic.
showing it to you. He's like, "Oh, this is fucking
Should I buy
fantastic."
this? Yeah.
No, Brandon's eating duds at the table, and I say, "Hey, man, is this movie Hobgoblins any good?" Oh, dude, that's Kubrick's best film.
Kubrick. Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yo, yeah, dude, you know.
Oh man.
Oh man. The last thing I got. Do any of you guys have this Cabin in the Woods?
Mhm,
Still,
great.
I saw that today.
Awesome.
I don't know why I didn't like this movie at first, but I love it now. I actually
Mhm.
think it's one of the more original movies of the last, I don't know, 15 years. I wanted to say 10, but my gut's telling me it's older than 10 years old. It is 2011. Fuck. God
That
damn
is
Jeez,
it.
crazy,
wow.
man. That
Fuck,
is so
dude.
crazy. That feels like so new.
Yeah, but they're
Yeah.
restocking all this stuff. But so
Yeah.
people don't go but pay for the stuff extra money. They're gonna. I got that Dread Steelbook too. Dude, that Dread movie kicked my
violent.
ass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
I saw
thought
it
I
in
was,
theaters, man. It was sweet.
I avoided it because of my stupid loyalty to Stallone. I was like, I don't even
Mhm.
want to. Well, I hated the RoboCop remake. I
Yeah,
will
that's
say
that.
think
That
it's
I can
terrible.
see you looking at that and be like, it's gonna be the same shit as this RoboCop one was, and no, it's not. It's a good one, man.
Yeah,
violent.
I really loved it. But I got that Steelbook, and I was just like, you know what? Let's just do it because enough people had said, "Oh, go check that out." Brandon, Full Metal Jacket. That's a good dude. Full Metal Jacket's good.
Full Metal Jacket is good, but once they get to the overseas acts, I think it really drags. Like at the boot camp, it's fantastic, but once they get overseas, it really starts to drag, dude.
Brandon, why do I picture you though sitting on the couch watching the boot camp scenes and not even cracking a smile, just staring at the TV with a blank stare, emotionless? Black
I just
eyes?
have Arlie Ermey's scenes cut together in a compilation on repeat. I don't watch anybody else's scenes.
Who
you
the
know?
fuck said that?
Yeah.
Who said that?
He lived
Oh,
on in the
man.
graveyard, though. The graveyard of the Frighteners is the same character, man. Same character.
RoboCop or Dread, Christian, Brennan, and Brad. You talking about the remakes of the originals?
It's definitely Dread if it's the remakes.
Yeah.
the
Even that
original
movie's like 12
RoboCop.
years old now.
All right, let me ask you guys this. when it comes to Paul Verhoeven, Total Recall or RoboCop? I know, right?
I love Recall, man.
Those
I
are
probably have to
both
say
incredible movies.
RoboCop, but Recall is a freaking great movie, man.
Brandon, are you thinking about it?
It's Total Recall.
You're a fool. You're a dude.
That's one of Schwarzenegger's best films, man.
I agree.
I'm gonna stab you with a DVD.
Yeah, like, RoboCop is great. It's great, but Total Recall is one of those movies that feels like a fucking blockbuster.
Mark Williams with the heat. I read that in Hulk Hogan's voice.
Showgirls for me, brother.
Damn, 2 for Total Recall, 2 for RoboCop. Yeah, Total Recall is great, but I think RoboCop is the most unique 80s, just the most unique movie ever. I hate it, dude. That remake, could you imagine the fact that they take the classic design and they basically give it to you for a second and just say, no, we're gonna give you the stupid all black look. Oh, dude, I just hated that movie so much. And then to make it worse, my boy Keaton was in it. Like, I'm still haven't forgiven him. Yeah. Like, if I see him, I would say, dude, what's your problem? Like, that's what I'd say to him if I saw him, you stupid bastard. Dude, part 3 is money. It's not money, but it is a Fred Decker film, so it's got that charm. I like part 3. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Your boy Peter Weller is dearly missed in part 3.
Love Weller.
But they got some, I don't know, they got some jackass to do it. He did all right in part 3. You know?
Was it the same guy that showed up in WCW? And walking around?
Dude, I would. You know what? I wouldn't fucking doubt it.
That exact moment is what got me into WCW as a kid. That moment when he walked out and I saw it, I was flipping through the channels. I'm like, RoboCop's on wrestling? What is this? And then I was hooked on WCW ever since.
Damn. But that's not like, that was like 92, right?
That had to have been.
It
was probably 90.
Oh, really? That might have been RoboCop 2 then, when it was for a promo of that. You know. So we did get that super chat earlier. By the way, guys, Jay's Take Manhattan is awesome. We did get that super chat earlier about Exorcist. I'll pull up Antonis is coming in. Did you guys watch the Exorcist Believer trailer? Because it just came out today on the tube. I have not watched it yet. I'll watch it tonight. If the chat doesn't care, we can talk about that if you guys want to.
Sure.
I'm assuming. Oh, really quick. Exorcist 4K. How are you guys feeling about the artwork and everything on those releases?
I pulled a big fucking to do on that. I think the original, the slipcover one sucks.
Like Undertaker eyes close up.
Yeah. I bought the big UK set yesterday, and then I bought the Best Buy Steelbook, so I double dipped on it.
God damn, dude.
Yeah, I'm a big Exorcist guy, so like I have a lot of Exorcist editions. So I was like, yeah, I might as well just get it. And people are asking about the features. To be quite honest, I didn't even look because I have so many Exorcist like big sets that I'm like, everything's got to be on there. That's on these sets, and maybe we'll get a couple new stuff, but it is what it is. I don't even know what we're getting on it.
Brandon?
I could care less. I'll buy whichever one I come across first.
Fair enough.
Gotta get that. Oh, you don't like steels, right? I was gonna say if you have to choose.
Yeah.
He's got some weird. He's got some like something happened when he was little. I don't know what the hell it was. I think his
steel
grandpa
dropped on him or something.
I think his grandpa lost his toe and like
beat me with a pan. Yeah. You know what's gonna be weird though? In a few more years, there's totally gonna be a new box set with just The Exorcist, the original film, and then the Believer, the Receiver, and the Believer.
The Believer. Wait up. The Believer, the Receiver, and the. I think it's gonna be Exorcist the Golden Retriever.
Hell yeah.
Oh man.
Now wait. So, see, I haven't really been keeping up with this whole Exorcist thing. Are they? Is it gonna be like the Halloween thing where like the 2 and 3 don't count?
Yeah. Oh well, I don't know. It's weird because that's the way of thinking. But I read an article and I brought this up on Nick's stream a couple days ago. I can't cite where I saw it and I haven't found it since. It wasn't Bloody Disgusting, but it was another sort of semi-credible source. And it says something like where the canon of 2 and 3 and like the prequels are still gonna count, but they're not gonna address them. Now, to me, that seems kind of contradictory in certain ways, but if they could find a way to pull it off, that's cool. But I sort of want a concrete answer, like did 2, 3, 4, did 2, 3 in the prequels happen or not?
I mean, the only real issue, right, is like if they want to talk about Karras, right? Because like that's the only real thing they could probably like 2, nothing happens, nothing of importance.
Yeah, like if they say he was in incarceration or whatever, at least that would allude to part 3. I don't know, but I don't know if they want to touch on that or not, because I think a lot of people haven't seen part 3 still. You know what I mean? It's not like in the zeitgeist of the Exorcist realm. So, unfortunately,
whenever I hear stuff like they exist, but we're not going to acknowledge them, that to me, that's them saying, of course, we're not worrying about those sequels because but we don't want to piss off the fans. That's what that answer says to me.
Yeah, they said something similar with the Friday the 13th 2009 reboot too. Well, those movies could have happened. They kind of live in the same world as this. It's like, no, it doesn't, motherfucker.
What they're really saying is, oh, shut the fuck up. That's what that's their response back to you. Thank you so much, Dino. $20 super chat. Love your channel for years. Congrats on everything you're doing. Always entertaining. Keep up the good work, Christian. God bless you, dude. Thank you so much. Let me give you a little something. Let me give you the new one real quick. Pretty proud of this one. Let me give you this one.
For me, I want hockey pucks. It's got to be. I want my burgers on the grill.
Burned. I want them done. Crispy flat burned. No. Yeah, it's not real life. Hold on, right.
You said I want a hockey puck on the
Yeah. You are a nasty. So the ones that nobody wants and on the plate at a cookout, you're the one getting all those. Yeah, if I'm on the grill, the burgers are going to be fucking crispy. I do like, what's the guy?
If you don't put together a Skinamarink video of all these at some point,
well,
when you have like a good 85 minutes worth, you better do that shit, dude, or I will.
The funniest part of that, I never know what the audience is going to pick up on when I make those clips. The thing that the audience laughed the most of was you going, dude, that's not real life in the background. That's what they picked up on the most on the clip.
That is funny.
Oh shit! Thank you, Zombie Madness, for $10. We need Killer Clown Spider Space Show with some cotton candy, popcorn, and ice cream, or maybe just pizza in the Ninja Turtles movie with the guys wearing the color.
We've talked about that. We've talked about that.
It's a great idea, Zombie. Thank you. God bless you, Zombie Madness, with that $10 super chat, man. Give you one little quick one, real quick.
With all these nicknames, everyone that I accumulate like 3 pounds of fat.
I think that Ninja Turtle stream should have been done already, but Mel's having trouble finding a yellow raincoat.
Oh shit, that's funny. It should have been raining hockey pucks. Damn it! Now I got to redo that clip.
Just make a sequel.
So, did you guys watch the Exorcist trailer?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like it, guys. To be honest with you, I'm not really feeling it. I understand that it's 2023. It's not 1973, but it's not necessarily that I need the movie to be slow or methodical like the original, but I want it to feel original because that's what the movie is. And this just looks like every other kid pretzel bending movie I've seen. Granted, it's a trailer, but I mean, guess what? Guess what's in the trailer? Scenes from the fucking movie. So I'm judging it off of what I'm seeing so far, and I'm just not excited. Are you guys in the same boat, or you got a different opinion?
I'm still intrigued by it. I've always been when it comes to this. I mean, I know people aren't happy with what they did with Halloween. I mean, I don't mind it. The Halloween, there's things I would have changed, but to me, it was always fun for me to go and see how it's going to be, check it out. Same thing with this. Like, I'm excited for it, but I don't have hope at all for it. I'm intrigued, but the trailer to me didn't do it any justice. I actually thought it looked shitty. Like you said, I think it just looked like every other possession movie that we're getting, and now we just slap an Exorcist name on it. So I'm intrigued and I'm going to see it probably day one, and I'm excited for it. I just don't have a lot of hope for it at this point. But I'm going in open-minded as I can and hoping. Yeah. I'm trying not to see any more going forward, because when is this out? November?
October 13th. On my wedding anniversary, October 13th.
Okay, so if I can try to hold off for a couple more months.
Friday the 13th. That's weird.
I don't know. It's just I'm bummed out a little bit. I don't know. It's not how this is so different from Halloween. As much as I love Halloween, this is like on another level. Exorcist, all due respect. I mean, I've got it tattooed on me. I love Halloween, but to me, The Exorcist is beyond a gold standard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I would like to see David Gordon Green do some original horror, but you know, it's the movie business. I understand that. So he's doing what opportunities are given him.
I mean, that's a huge undertaking though. Like, I mean, Exorcist is tough, man. You know, like Halloween is just it's the same formula basically, right? Same thing with like Friday the 13th. Exorcist is tough though now because you're bringing in new kids. You're trying to have to explain. I think it's going to be a hard undertaking, but we'll see. Especially saying like, again, I'm going to do 3 of them. Like, are they already mapped out? Or are we just going to like play it by ear as we go? Like I feel like we did with Halloween.
That's another thing. I'd like, you know, in my opinion, none of the great horror films over the last 30, 40 years were ever made with the intention of, okay, I'm going to do this, but I'm like, leave it all out on the field, so to speak. You know, that's how I feel about a lot of the great horror films that I love. Like Return of the Living Dead 2, Return of the Living Dead obviously was not made with the idea of, okay, we've got to make a sequel. No, they left it all out on the court. Halloween, I guess, like, so the idea of like, okay, we're gonna make a trilogy, it's just like, okay, so we got to hold some of this stuff back.
Well, that's the thing. Like, what happens if this movie bombs? And the thing is, it's going to make money. We already know it's going to do okay. It's going to do fine. But if the reviews come out and this movie's the biggest piece of shit, do they scrap them, or do they just say we got to go? We signed on for 3. Like,
in my opinion, no. I don't think studios give a rat's ass about reviews. I think if it makes money, they'll keep pumping them out. That's what I think. I mean, if I was in the movie business, you think I'd care about what review? Fuck you. I just want your money.
Right.
You know?
I get you. Yeah, of course.
You know? Brandon, what do you feel?
I saw the bootleg of the trailer this past weekend, and it sort of made me, because remember before I was completely take it or leave it. I didn't really care one way or the other.
Yeah.
When I saw the bootleg trailer, I was like, okay, it's not horrible. And when I finally watched the official trailer, either today or yesterday, whenever they finally dropped it, I was like, okay, I'm sort of more on board than I was. I'm still sort of take it or leave it. I'm cautiously hopeful. I'm not even cautiously optimistic, but I'm cautiously hopeful.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a bag of shit, but it doesn't look like it's a masterpiece either. But again, it's just a trailer. I just, what I really want it to do is I want it to have good dialogue, and I want to leave the theater or wherever I watch it. I want it to give me that lingering sense of dread that the first movie and even parts of the third movie gives you. Like when you're in the dark space of your house after watching it a couple hours later, and you think about a scene and you get just disturbed, you know, out there in the dark by yourself. I want that lingering sense of dread in the pit of my stomach. That's what I want from the film. Will I get that? Probably not, but I'm hopeful. You know what I mean? That's what I hope.
I know what you mean.
No,
and but I do think the fact that they announced a trilogy, it takes away from some of the mystique, and it makes it seem a little less scary because it seems more like a corporate machine than a story in and of itself. So they should have just held off on it. Like if they have the plan, that's great, but don't announce it yet. Wait until a month or 2 after it's come out.
Especially now, they just announced the sequels title and everything. Like they're already probably going to be like filming it right before this thing even comes out. Now, again, with the trailer, like, is it about 2 girls? It is 2 girls. Yeah. Okay, because I saw the poster and I'm like, is that Reagan and then a new girl? Like, or is there 2 girls? Like, I was so confused at like what I was looking at here.
Ellen Burstyn, it was really cool to see her in the trailer, and it looks like she's gonna have a bigger role than I thought she would. That's cool, and she's like 90 in real life, so that's crazy.
I know. I thought she was dead. I said that on Unita.
But she looked pretty damn good, though.
She did, and she sounded cool. And I'm a fan of Leslie Odom Jr. because I'm like the only person in the world who loves Many Saints of Newark, the Sopranos prequel movie, and he's in that movie, so it's cool to see him. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
Now they said Reagan's in it, like, but you wonder, like, they said she has a smaller part. Why wouldn't they give her a bigger part if the mother's going to have a bigger part? You'd figure she would be a little bit more involved, but
they're saving it for the sequel, probably, right? Like, she's going to have the Nick Fury cameo in this movie.
You could be right, because I mean, if there's 3 of them, maybe she's got a little short part, but she's bigger in like part 2. Or that would make sense, I guess.
What I don't want to happen, and this is going to sound so stupid to some people, is the mom from the first movie went through so much trauma with her daughter, right? She survived in this movie. It seems like she sort of moved on, and this is the first time she's seen this kind of situation pop up since the original incident. I don't want her to die in the film because of the exorcism or whatever happens in this movie. And she's sort of like the sacrificial lamb or whatever it is in this movie that she passes away. Like, that's going to piss me off.
You might not be. I mean, that may be exactly what
I feel like
happens,
that's what's going to bring her daughter back. Her daughter's going to come back for the funeral or something and meet the surviving cast. There's going to be something like that. And it's going to piss me off. Like, I get the mom's 90. She doesn't want to do a whole lot of stuff, I'm sure, but like, don't kill her off. That's like, I have
a feeling she probably will get killed off.
Probably. And like, it's, I don't know. There's so many better ways to do stuff, and they always have to kill off the older wise. I just don't understand it. You know, it just pisses me off. End of my rant. I'll stop ranting about it.
No, but you made good points though, I think.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I don't know. People are pretty. I'd say the water is pretty lukewarm on it. I haven't seen a whole lot, at least in my personal life. I haven't seen too many people I know be like, "Dude, it looked great." Not saying that that's not out there. You know, we're gonna find out. And look, maybe it's gonna be a comedy. Like, maybe not intentional, but maybe it's gonna be just like, you know, ridiculous. Like, to me, like the way Halloween Kills is fucking hysterical. You know,
I almost wish that the trailer didn't show so much, I think. Because like, I didn't want to see the girls yet. I didn't want to see what they were gonna look like possessed. I wanted that to be like a mystery. Like, when you're going to see it and everything's happening, you want to see the evolution. But I feel like they kind of already showed you their look, even on the posters. I mean, you look at the Exorcist poster for the original one, you don't know what the hell's going on there. You know, it's a priest looking in the window. I mean, if I'm not sure if they showed her in the trailer back in the 70s. I don't recall, but I could see it being pretty getting freaked out when you finally see her sitting in there in the bed. And I just wish they left that to the imagination and maybe showed the mother and showed some of the characters and then didn't really show them possessed.
Yeah. What I don't like. Oh, go ahead, Christian.
Really quick. I just remember when I was a kid talking about, you know, trailers and stuff. I remember being a little kid and it was on TV. It was a commercial during Halloween time for The Exorcist was going to come on TV. And all this trailer was as a kid was like a panning going up to the girl's door with the music going, and it scared the shit out of me.
Is that the trailer that said like the most scariest horror movie? And like it had like someone talk. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys remember, but because again, I don't know what year this would have been. Then when they re-released it in the theaters for the version you've never seen, it was in theaters. And it was in theaters for a while because I saw it twice in theaters for the version you've never seen. This was probably in 2001, maybe. And like that trailer of them going up the stairs and there was like a narrator talking about the scariest movie of all time was playing as a trailer before other horror movies, like leading up to the release of that. Do you guys remember when that came back out in theaters as the version you've never seen? Mm-hmm. That was like the title of the working title, but it was the re-release of the movie, but with all the extra footage added back in.
It was like a 3-hour cut, right?
Yeah, and that's the version we mostly get now. So that's like technically the director's cut that you're seeing on all these editions is that version that came out in like 2001 or whatever. But so it was really cool to experience it in the theater. But I can imagine how it was back in the day.
Yeah, what I thought was stupid though in this new trailer, the only thing I thought was really stupid was when the little girl's walking through the church.
I thought so too.
She's saying the lines and stuff. Like I hate that dual voice they give these possessed people in possession movies now, where you hear the kid's voice and also like the demonic deeper voice at the same time. It sounds so cheesy to me. Like, just give it one demonic voice. We don't need to hear a dual voice. That shit is so cringy to me.
Well, for me though, the only one of the few times for me that it worked, I don't know if you guys would agree, but in Paranormal Activity, when she has like literally one line where you hear the demon's voice under hers, it was 2 seconds. She's like, I think we're okay now. I think we'll be okay now. Like, she's in the bed. That's like the latter part of Paranormal Activity. It lasts like 3 seconds and then boom, it's done. And you never hear that voice in her again. Dude, it got me. But the body in the blood, 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 the body in the blood. Oh, dude.
Like, if she just had the deep voice of like Reagan in the first movie, that probably would have sounded freaky. But the dual voice thing is so cringy. I don't know why they keep doing that shit in these possession movies. It's so.
Do you think they're going to rehash specific, like when she was walking through the church, I'm like, if in the movie she gets to the end and like pisses on the floor, I'm like, they basically just ripped that whole, like that's what I could picture in my head. It's like when she gets down the aisle, she's just gonna start, urinating all over the place. That's what I'm thinking in my head. And I'm like, please don't rip off some of these big scenes again and do this. Like, there's gonna be probably a head twist scene, maybe a vomit scene, right? Like these are all scenes that I'm almost kind of waiting for.
The makeup's kind of interesting too. Like, I wouldn't say it's great, but on both of the girls, if like later in the trailer when they're really decomposed looking, did you guys notice that they have no eyebrows? Like they're completely gone. It's just like skin, like caveman skin on both girls.
No,
they didn't. Reagan didn't have that in the first film. Like it looks weird, but I'm like, what the fuck? Why do they look weird? And I figured out there's like they shaved their eyebrows off or something.
I'll blow my attack.
It's like, guys, like here's what I think the God's honest truth is. I don't really like the expression. I don't like using the expression for a lot of movies. Like, well, the movie's not made for you. I certainly think that there are
expression too.
Yeah, I certainly think there are some instances where, whether it's true or not, it could certainly be applied. And I don't want to say that's the case here, but the fact of the matter is, guys, this is going to be the first Exorcist movie that a lot of 19, 20, 20-year-old kids will have ever seen. And I hate to say it, but like, we're dinosaurs at this point, like, that's just the fact of the matter, and a lot of for the people in the chat too. That doesn't mean that, we can't enjoy a movie like this, but dude, it's really hard to let go of how good we find some of those old movies. And
I agree. But the problem with something like The Exorcist is I feel like it belongs to the dinosaurs. Like that's the target audience is people our age and older, right? We're the ones paying the money to go see this stuff. Like Gen Zers don't really care about this property. They care about Conjuring and Insidious, and that's fine. But like make The Exorcist to appeal to 35-plus-year-olds. You don't have to make it to appeal to Gen Z.
Well,
that's my argument on it. You know what I mean? Like
that's all the people buying NECA toys.
Because like Gen Z, they're not buying the tickets. They're playing on their phones and stuff. They're not going there to see this movie.
Yes,
you know
I'll tell you I think it's interesting because like, dude, when I saw Scream 5 in my theater, I live in a college town. When I saw Scream 5 in my theater and Scream 6, dude, I was the oldest motherfucker in there. But that's Scream. That Scream is a certain.
I think very contemporary. Like that can stay contemporary for sure.
Yeah.
Do you think that? Now again, I'm trying to look back at like myself. Now, obviously, we live in a different world where like things like YouTube and we have people that we look up to and whatnot. And I was big on YouTubers and finding out movies that maybe I hadn't seen before that they're into, even when I was a little bit younger. But I think that. And I know you guys too, with the kid that's watching your stuff that made the shirt for Brandon and stuff. Like, obviously, this kid is a teenager, right? Like, and there's somebody else that was in the chat earlier that watches my videos too. That's probably like 14 years old, and I am actually kind of excited for kids of that age to be watching what we're doing because I only wish I had that. Getting into horror. Like I had my uncle, which was huge for me. He gave me stuff. He told me what to get. Like he was my guide, through horror and what got me into it. But I'm hoping that we can influence some of these younger horror enthusiast kids to go back and check out some of this old stuff because, Exorcist now, like you said, kids watch it that are like 17, 18, 19 years old. And they're like, oh, this is cool. But then if they go back and watch the old one, are they going to be like, this is freaking boring as shit, right? Like, I can see that happening because movies are so different then. But if we can hopefully influence people to watch some of the more slow burn, like this is what horror was. And it doesn't always have to be like 100 miles an hour in your face. And, I'm looking to hopefully influence a whole crop of people because I don't know what the horror fan base looks like right now, the younger kids. Like, is anybody even watching these old movies? I don't know. I have no idea.
It's interesting because then it's like on not necessarily on the flip side, but like, so what is Gen Z? Is that if you're born in like 2000?
It has to be. It's got to be in the 2000s somewhere.
Yeah, because we're technically millennials. Technically, I think 80 to 90 is millennial. I think. I think you made the cut though, man.
I
think 80 to 90 is millennial. Pretty sure, right?
I think it's like 96.
Yeah, it's a pretty large gap.
I was 92.
I think Gen Z is like 99 plus.
Well, all I'm getting at is it's like maybe that's true about them with movies, and I don't know because like we live in a world where the 80s are so it's literally we live in like a pseudo 80s world now where almost everything is getting that way. And I mean, there are girls that we see on Instagram all the time. Like Garrett knows, he interviewed one of them, and she's, I guess she's Gen Z. She's probably no older than 22, 20.
Yeah,
she's a college kid.
I think she's in college, yeah.
And she, like, she does the whole thing. She gets her hair permed, and she goes on Etsy and buys like original 80s clothes. Like it's like her lifestyle, and she has tens of how many thousands? She had like 150,000 followers on Instagram, even more on TikTok, I'm sure. So it's like there's like a massive audience and people that have such interest in it. So you got to wonder, like maybe I don't know. I always feel like movies are made for casual human beings that watch movies every once or twice a year. Go to the movie theater once or twice a year. And I do think that attention spans are shorter. Guilty, I'll be honest with you. I mean, God knows that because we're so used to, instant gratification now. Maybe movies have to be fast. And look, Return of the Living Dead isn't exactly a slow burn. That's my favorite movie. Maybe I'm being a little too harsh. Maybe I am. Well,
Gen Zers out there watching, don't take this as a slight against you guys. We're not trying to.
No, I'm hoping that we
can, you guys. It's just an observation sort of thing. It's not like. I'm
hoping more people watch my show that are like just starting out into this game.
Sure.
Because
again, I have a younger audience too. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just because I feel like, you don't want the horror lovers to die. Like we're the last of like the big generation of people who are interested in this kind of stuff because, I just don't, and as much as anybody wants to say, I just don't think movies are the same now. And it's hard for me to really understand how people can say that. I mean, I feel like if I watch 10 movies, I might find 3 that are like decent, but again, it could be me in my old age, but I don't know. I just hope to kind of get people to kind of be more interested into like the stuff that we grew up with and love and keep these things alive going forward because we're only getting older, right? So the only people that are going to keep this stuff alive is the people that are younger. The same way we did, I wasn't around when The Exorcist came out, but I still grew up with it and loved it. And luckily it was re-released, like I said, but I mean, who knows, man? I think the world in some ways it's tougher, but at the same time, it's so much easier and more accessible. And like you said, there's so much stuff in the 80s and 90s that are like kind of coming back around now. And there's so much opportunity. Like any theater could put any movie probably out now that they wanted to re-release. I don't think it's as hard as it might have been back in the day. But, see, Sam Thompson said that they're about 20 and they're keeping it alive. Yeah, that's cool.
Nice. When you look at a movie like Terrifier 2, it's interesting that like that movie was it's a movie that cost a nickel and a dime. Did everybody? Howard Stern was talking about it. It was breaking the news. This movie, but it's really like the most 80s film I've ever seen. Right?
Yeah, sure. It's almost like late 70s slasher.
So it's this really weird, euphoric.
Yeah.
What is today's culture? It's nostalgia based, of course, but it's just trippy. 10 years ago, I wouldn't have believed it. Like it just, and that was right at the start when I started to get into this stuff. I felt like I didn't know that. Okay, once I started getting into horror, like I say 10, it's really longer than that now. I keep forgetting it's 2023, but. It's crazy. I was thinking to myself, oh, this is niche, but I don't know if that I realized how much bigger it had really started getting up until like maybe 4 years ago. And I was like, good God, like, am I really getting like Michael Myers shirts at Walmart now? Like, what the hell?
I mean, that's the thing, right? Like that shit never existed. It was so hard to find anything horror basically back in the day. Like I said, you had to go to Spencer's or something to find something horror. Like it now to go to Walmart. And I went to Walmart the other day, they have Exorcist shirts. It's like, Jesus. Like,
I,
you know,
I,
like,
didn't
who
li-
would've-
I didn't like it, but I saw one today
the
too.
one with the green. Yeah, I didn't get it either. But I mean, it's like one of those things. Like, never in a million years would you ever go to a department store and just see that sitting there in like the men's clothing aisle or whatever. It just wouldn't happen.
It's crazy.
You know,
It's a crazy world we live.
you go to
in.
the toy store and you see a horror movie toys. Like, I would have died for that stuff. I mean, I would have died for freaking Super Mario Brothers action figures as a kid. Those didn't exist. You know, like,
which is really really weird.
my father we used to go to Nintendo Power magazine. He'd literally cut out Mario and then he'd glue cardboard to the back of them, and we'd use them as like figures sometimes because we like wanted Nintendo figures so bad they just didn't exist. So we like created our own. But now you go to a store and I'm like, man, as a kid I would have went nuts. All these Mario figures and whatnot.
Yeah,
but
of course we talk shit about the shirt. Guess he popped in at that rat son of a
you know
rat,
what?
Son of a
He
bitch.
probably just bought it today and he was probably like, shit.
I think I
Nobody
saw
likes
Kenny.
it.
Kenny, it looks good on you.
Oh, did he get it? Does he have it?
I think Kenny did get it. Oh man, sorry, Ken. I got a specific taste, dude. Like,
do you think when he saw it, he's like, "Oh shit, no one has this. I'm gonna look so freaking cool with this on." And then he comes on here and you shit on it. He's like, "Damn."
He's sniper watching. He's been watching the whole time.
He is watching. It's like a little smile on right now as we're talking about it.
Oh man, it's a crazy world we live in, man. When you look back and it's like it's like just the other day. You know, we get this MVD release of Swamp Thing, and I couldn't fucking believe it, dude. Like, it's one thing to make a retro design. Right. Dude, they designed it like a CED. Like, what the fuck? That's the most incredible thing I'd ever seen. It blew me away.
Right.
So, I think it's incredible. I just think, I don't know if it's protectiveness. I just know that I don't want it to come across like I'm trying to be like, you know, this is not like The Exorcist, so I don't like it. No, because God knows I like 3. I make no bones about it. To me, it's no contest. I think 3 is the best one, and that's nothing like the first Exorcist. Yeah, nothing like. But I mean,
in tone, like, I mean, between the both of them, they're both pretty slow burn horror movies.
Yeah,
you know, so like, in that aspect, they're very similar.
Yeah, I just feel like the trailer. I'd seen it. That I feel like I've seen this movie already. Is the issue? That's what worries me.
Totally agree. So that's exactly what I felt.
Going back to what I said about me hating the fact that they're trying to appeal to younger audience per se. It's not because it's a younger audience. It's because I think I want them to tell the story and target the actual audience, because we grew up with those movies. We're from the age demographic who grew up with Exorcist. Let the younger generation find it. Don't try to necessarily appeal to them. Sort of like we found movies that weren't from our contemporary childhoods, and we flocked to those eventually. I feel like when they're trying to, how do I even phrase this? When they're trying to inject stuff that appeals to modern audiences, it kind of takes away from the story they're trying to tell. Like, let them find it on their own. You don't have to target the contemporary audience. You know
I think that's a big problem, I think, in Hollywood altogether now.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's a big thing. Now, are you saying, like, when it comes to this movie, do you think it would be a good thing that if there's enough in there that people that are seeing this that maybe never saw the original one will want to go back to see it?
I would hope so.
That's what I'm hoping too.
I'm just worried about it being like, I don't want it to be like hokied up for.
Agree.
And again, it sounds like we're just I'm just ragging on Gen Z. You know what I mean? But like, I don't want it to be just hyped up for the sake of being modern.
But I mean, you even look at some of the new Halloween movies, and I feel like some of it was a little bit modernized.
It was,
but I think that, like, even with Halloween, you can slightly get away with it a lot better than you can Exorcist. Exorcist is almost like Christian said. It's like it feels almost like so protected because it was just a very. It was made to be one movie, right? Like that's it. Like,
and the problem with doing that stuff is it's instantly dated. That kind of content dates. Where if you just make it for the story at hand, it doesn't really become dated. But like. A lot of that comedy in the newest Halloween trilogy is already super dated to me, at least.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's the reason I like Kills. To me, a movie's a comedy.
Well, Kills is a masterpiece. Kills is a fucking masterpiece.
Stop it. But it's interesting because you look at Scream. I think that's the reason it can stay so viable. And it's the Scream. All it tries to do is today's world.
Mm-hmm.
So it lives in the now. It's still what Kevin Williams did back then, which is interesting because he was like, I don't want to make a classic film. I want to make something that lives right here, right now. So every sequel that comes out, whether it's whatever year it is, it's going to be that.
It's the now.
And it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, sure.
Like now I get it. You know, it's brilliant. Yeah. That's why every time there's a Scream movie, it's not, we don't have to say, dude, that's not like the first one, because whatever pop culture is like, whatever people are into, the way they're dressed and the way they look, the way they talk, that's what the movies are going to sound and look like. So it's brilliant.
Now, let me ask you this.
That's what Scream's known for. That's what gets away with it. And that gets away with it. That's what it is. I guess it is. Right. That's what it gets away with.
But do you think something like Friday the 13th, Elm Street, if it comes back out, can they make that work in the same realm where they just plop these two characters in modern world and just try to take off from there? Like, do you think it'll have the same effect if they do it that way? Like, I think with Friday the 13th, like, I mean, I kind of think you still maybe, I would love to see a camp involved somehow, but I don't even know. I mean, camps do still exist, but obviously now you got to take into effect that like everybody's going to have a phone, unless it's like, they do this thing at the beginning where like, no phones allowed. Like they could
no signal. Yeah.
Do something. Show a like shot that. Of Pamela Voorhees putting a scrambler on one of the back of the cabins, and there's your fix right there.
But sometimes when people go to these like overnight camps, they'll purposely like not let you use your phones because they want you to get away from that. Right. So they can easily make that work. I think having a horror movie set in a camp, which is something that we saw a lot in the 80s that we don't see a lot now, I think is really, really intriguing. But who knows if what's going to go on with that franchise. But I think Freddy could live in any world, right?
Sure.
Like
you
could put him right in the modern
the same
world.
ways for
sure.
Freddy, that the whole thing with that would to me would just be, I don't even know. I say, oh, it's just replacing Robert, but it's like, I didn't have a problem with the last guy. I just didn't like the movie.
I think if you had fun with it, you could redo a Freddy movie in contemporary setting and make it work, because all of those movies were modern of their own time, right? Like they're pop culture gold to us now, but every Freddy movie was of its time 100%.
They made Freddy movies in the 80s. They made Freddy movies in the 90s, 2000s, 2010s. Yeah, I just... the fact is, but like all those movies, this is the only thing. None of those movies are as good or as impactful as the fucking Exorcist. This is a William Friedkin movie, and William Peter Blatty. And I made jokes about it on Unita all the time, but it's just like, dude, we're going from William Peter Blatty to not David Gordon Green to Danny McBride writing these movies. It's like, good God, man, what the fuck is going on?
I mean, I'm really interested in that, in a lot of these, like, I'm more excited to see some of these these gems that are like more original horror. That, again, there's a lot of original horror out there, but I find gems here and there. Like, I think X was a gem in my opinion. I know Brandon doesn't agree with that. I'm excited to see Maxine. I think Hereditary was a gem. I think Midsommar was a gem, even though I know Ken's in the chat and he doesn't agree with that. But I mean, I'm looking forward to this other one that's coming out, Talk to Me, this week, and I'm going to go see it on Friday, and I'm really interested in it. Yeah. I'm just hoping that I'm not going to be disappointed because, what's another modern one that I thought was like just hot garbage? Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Like, I hated that. It was like it just wasn't. I don't know. It was, and we used this earlier. It wasn't for me, kind of thing. But like, I really did. Like, I couldn't like relate to anybody in that movie. Like, I felt like I was just like somebody, like an outsider looking in, and I'm like, this is not fun for me. So I don't know if it's where this movie Don't Talk to Me or whatever, or Talk to Me is going to go. Is it going to go in a little bit more of like that modern route? Is it going to be somewhere in the middle, or is it going to be something completely original? I don't know. I actually been staying away from all trailers. So, I mean, I know that it involves some kind of like hand game or something like that, but that's all I know. But I'm really hoping that that's something that I leave with and say like, oh crap, like that was something original and that was something good.
I've heard a lot of good about Talk to Me. Some of my friends said I talked to on Instagram and stuff. They're like, hey, go see that. It's good. So I'm excited to see that. All I know is like,
came out with, or go ahead.
Go ahead, Brandon. Go ahead.
That movie with Mia Goth, it came out sort of recently. I
haven't seen it.
It's not good. Is it a horror movie or is it like a thriller?
It's just too weird for me. Like I looked at that movie the same way I looked at Crimes of the Future with
I never
Cronenberg.
I haven't seen that.
Can't
either.
get into it. You know, there are instances where I like Cronenberg movies years after seeing them. Still haven't gotten that way with Crash. Just fucking weird. It's a sexualization movie about car crashes. But you know. Anyway, I didn't like Infinity Pool. I'm glad I didn't buy it.
I have it on pre-order on the Steelbook, but I haven't seen it yet. So,
what about Cobweb? I've heard good stuff.
People are talking about that too. I'm excited for that. Again, it's different. And Ken's in here, and he says he thinks Believer looks very generic. That's kind of what we were saying.
Yeah.
But what Crash? I mean, I guess it all depends if he knows what Crash you're talking about. But the one with Spader, right?
Yeah, the guy Robert California from The Office is in it. It's just too. It's too. I own it. I have the Criterion. I watched it, and I was just like, man, what the fuck is this? I think this was during the '90s NC-17 revolution, like where they were really trying to make films that were just legitimately. And I'm pretty sure was the Showgirls movie the same thing? Was that an NC-17 film?
It was, yeah.
I'm assuming that there was like during I'm assuming they came out around the same time, middle 90s ish, and that was probably Cronenberg's thing at that. It's just, I'm not gonna watch it that often. But
yeah, I don't know if Ken's being serious or not. He said that Infinity Pool was his favorite movie until Oppenheimer.
I don't believe anything he says. He didn't like. He didn't like Bubba Hotep, and I've seen some of the movies Ken praises, and dude, he
didn't like Fright Night either.
Ken's a strange guy, man. Like you can't trust him.
I never know if he's being serious or not because he's got that kind of personality where it's like you're not sure if he's dicking around or if he's serious.
I don't know either.
It was his favorite movie of the year. That's the first I knew about that.
I'm slowly getting to where I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should have got Showgirls from Vinegar Syndrome. Enough people keep talking to me about that goddamn release.
I haven't opened mine yet, but I have it.
I didn't realize I have a few of those Vinegar Syndrome. What do you call them?
VSAs.
I've got Beastmaster.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's very out of print now.
Well, maybe I'll sell it.
I know Mel's
Showgirls. Does she have Showgirls on tree?
She may actually.
Oh man,
Ken is 100% serious all the time. He said.
Sad video. I bet Showgirls look sensational.
I think Striptease is better than Showgirls. What do you guys think?
I haven't seen Striptease.
Oh,
I don't remember either of those movies actually.
Demi Moore.
Let me ask you guys this before we wrap up. What is a movie that you guys saw a trailer for in the last year or so that you were like, I don't know, and then you actually were like, you know what, I'm gonna eat my words on that. I really like that.
Scream 6. Scream 6 for sure.
I don't know, man. I'd have to look up what came out. That I didn't really care for. I don't know, man. I honestly I don't see a lot of modern stuff, so I'm very picky on what I watch, but I'm sure there's probably a couple. I'm trying to see if there's anything around to me that I bought recently or something.
Yeah. I was excited for Smile. Then I watched.
Oh, I could say that. I thought that was hot garbage, actually.
Well, it's like it was a streaming movie, but it just like that's what it was. And then for some reason, like Paramount, they promoted that movie right, man. Like for some reason, that girl smiling at the goddamn White Sox game or whatever. And
yeah.
Like, dude, it got everybody like, oh shit. And they all went to the theaters. But I don't know. The only other thing I wanted to ask you guys, like I'm really gutted. Like I can already feel it in my bones. My second Dracula movie this year is probably going to tank harder than it's going to bomb harder than Oppenheimer. No pun intended.
Which one?
Last Voyage of the Demeter. I'm super excited.
I don't know anything about that. I saw the picture of it, but I don't even know what that is.
It's basically from the Dracula novel. There's a section of the book in the beginning where it's the boat ride that Dracula gets on and just raises hell. And this is a movie basically about that. A lot of movies kind of skirt over that part. Like in the 79 Dracula film, you see the aftermath of the boat ride. I don't even think it's in Bram Stoker, the Francis Ford movie. They did do it. They did do a big section of the boat ride. And oh, nice. That's the original novel. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man.
I've got one too, and it's in just as bad as condition as yours.
Yeah.
I don't have that. It looks great.
Yeah.
1971. Hell yeah.
Justin said there's zero promotion for Last Voyage.
I mean,
What's
I
funny
haven't
is-
seen it, man. I haven't even seen a trailer or anything for that movie.
I know. Well, I'm worried. You know, I'm gonna go see it. I'm really excited for it. I love Dracula movies, but I gotta. It's a timepiece, of course, but I was. I don't
Brandon,
know,
they're talking shit about Black Phone.
Dude,
Black Phone was so damn good.
You're wrong though.
Son of a bitch,
I gotta
that
be
movie was
honest.
so good.
I
cannot wait for the sequel.
Dude, there's no sequel. He's dead.
Yeah, the sequel's going to be him on the phone.
Brandon, let me tell you something. Can I give you the harsh reality?
He's branding a new killer in the sequel. That's what it's about.
Can I give you the harsh reality about Black Phone? Like, can I just give you the truth? Because I feel like you just need it.
So let me just preface what you're going to say, or preface, whatever that word is. Preface what you're going to say.
Mm-hmm.
About a week ago, Christian admitted to me that he actually loved the Black Phone and warmed up to it. It's one of his favorite movies. Now go ahead.
So the truth of the matter is, the movie starts out great. I think they do a great job of having like a 70s vibe, dude. And it's not that, you know, I used to kind of get worried about bringing this up because people think I want to take this in like a nasty subway route, if you know what I mean, because I don't want to get this video demonetized. He was the nicest kidnapper I've ever seen. He didn't fucking do anything. He wasn't scary. He sat on a chair, talked to them, and brought them food. What the fuck is so scary about that? There was more danger before the kid. The scariest part of the movie is when the kid almost got his ass beat in the bathroom. What are you talking about? That movie was...
I think there was a lot of promise. I felt like it was really cool until the kid got downstairs. Like, when he took him, I was like, oh shit, here we go. And then like you said, I think that's where it kind of died out for me. Someone made a good point in there. I think if they're going to do a sequel to this, a prequel would be pretty killer.
Yeah.
You have to. The guy's
think that
dead.
would be good because you didn't see enough of him doing the kidnappings. Like it was like just that one, you know?
Maybe there should have been a scene in the first one where maybe there was two kids and like you see one actually experience the naughty boy situation on screen.
It's not naughty. It's just, dude, the kid.
No. I mean, like, apparently when you lose, you die. So, like, they should have shown one of the kids actually get caught by the dude. You know what I mean? Like,
I just feel like the movies, and it's totally different kind of movies, but the best kind of movies I've seen that deal with serial kidnappers or things like that were movies like Zodiac and Prisoners. Like
Zodiac is so
that's
good.
how those are two totally different kinds of films. I get that. This was obviously fantasy. You've got the little girl with her telekinesis, whatever the hell she had. She could see birds in her head or some shit. I don't remember. I can't. But
Prisoners
I just feel there was no danger with Black Phone. And I don't know. That's just how I feel. I just feel the move. Like I feel once the kid is in the goddamn sitting on the mattress, he just answers the phone.
I loved it.
I didn't hate it. I just think that I was expecting more, and I think the beginning was I was really intrigued with him.
Oh,
like,
it was so
baseball
good.
And the band going around and all that. It was freaky, and I think, like you said, the aesthetic of the 70s was really good.
They did a great job.
And
Good
it really
songs
had
in
me
there
for
too.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did like the twist of the properties being across the street from each other. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, but that's already like I kind of saw that coming. Silence of the Lambs did that.
There was going to be something weird like that.
Yeah.
But you were talking about Zodiac, dude. That's one of those movies.
Where's I need 4Ks of that with like
Zodiac.
Special features.
That's a really disturbing movie. Like that movie feels really real. Obviously, it is real, but that movie feels like uncomfortably real.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's fear, man. That's genuine horror for real. Yeah.
So I watched Zodiac for the first time maybe like a year or so ago. I just never saw it. My wife was like, you need to watch it. Like I know you like them documentaries about the stuff, but like this is more real than the document. Just trust me,
dude. Yeah.
So I loved it, and then she goes, "Now you're gonna watch Prisoners. It's even better." I was like, I don't know. And so I watched. Prisoners. Dude, Prisoners is one of.
Is that with Hugh Jackman?
No, Prisoners has Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I forgot. So I showed somebody Prisoners a while back, but they loved it, and I knew they would. Dude, when I say Prisoners is the most intense, gripping, just makes you feel dirty movie, dude. That movie is bleaker than I don't even know. It is incredible. Start to finish. And I've been telling Sydney, all right, now beat Prisoners for me. And she goes, you don't. I'm
it
not
really is good. I saw Zodiac and Prisoners both in theaters. And
that's awesome.
Oh my God.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Zodiac is fucking intense, dude.
How long ago did that come out? It's going to make me feel old.
2007.
2000. Oh, okay. Was it 7? I thought it was 4.
Okay. So
7 makes sense.
Too bad. But I agree that Prisoners is one to see, and I think it is Jackman and Gyllenhaal, isn't it?
Yeah, people are saying. I'm sorry, I just knew Gyllenhaal was in.
So that's like a thriller, or is it like a horror movie? 2013.
It's a thriller.
I remember seeing the posters and stuff.
It's uneasy of a movie.
Yeah.
It's tense, like he said, and around that time, other things were coming out. I'm trying to think of other movies that were coming out that were kind of along the same lines. And going back to Exorcist, did you guys ever see a movie? What the hell was it called? I own the Blu-ray, and I feel like it was okay. It was like a possession movie that came out around that time that felt like really gritty.
Was it Emily Rose?
No.
Are we talking like 70s, 80s?
This came out in like probably like this around the same time Prisoners came out and stuff.
Oh, you're talking about The Last Exorcism.
No.
No,
was it the taking of Deborah Logan?
No, but that's a cool one. But no, this one was like, was it called Deliver Us from Evil? I think. Has anybody seen that?
Is that the one? It's got a nun on the front.
No, it's like it takes place in like a city. It's like it involves a cop.
That's a freak. Does he have like carvings in his skin?
Maybe I'd have to look up.
Brandon, type in city movie with
I can tell by looking at it. I have the Blu-ray and
he's freaky looking, dude.
Type this in, Brandon.
Eric Bana, right?
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen this, it's pretty good. Actually,
I've not seen this. I haven't heard of this
movie.
Eric Bana's good though.
What's it called?
Deliver Us from Evil. It was decent. I remember seeing it in the theaters, and I thought it was pretty damn good. It was like a kind of a different take on like possession, and it involved almost like a cop trying to solve like these murders and stuff. And I thought it was actually pretty good, but it's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah, I remember this white poster with the crucifix on it. Yeah, unreal.
Huh.
Nightcrawler is sort of in the vein of a Zodiac kind of thing. It's not like intense or about murdering people, but it's sort of that it makes you feel like you need to take a shower.
Nightcrawler is great, yeah.
It is.
Oh man. All right, guys, we're approaching 2 hours. This has been fun. I love Jason Takes Manhattan, and I think the show.
Hey, look,
the Exorcist show.
What do you got, Garrett? Oh, show!
Wow, look at that
boombox. I forgot. I feel bad, dude.
Jason Takes Manhattan boombox.
Hell yeah, dude.
The one that he kicks.
Dude, you should have got the cassette of Part 8 that you could have gotten from that company.
I should have actually. I didn't get
play
that.
the cassette, dude.
I probably should have done that.
I don't know. Brandon, I had a good time. I hope you had a good time.
I did. We talked a lot about Jason Takes Manhattan.
Did you guys drink all your Cokes? I'm not even.
I drank all my Mexico.
I had a Mexican and a cherry. That's what I had today.
A cherry Mexican?
Oh yeah.
Brandon, did you mix them?
No, but I wanted to make a cherry Coke version of this. That's what I want.
Can you chug your regular Coke for the audience real quick?
No, I can't. I won't do that to myself. I will not do that.
Takes a selfie afterwards. He's just like laid out on the ground.
Brandon, what do you got coming up on your channel? You actually got some videos coming up that make sense, or?
I have a Return of the Living Dead Part 1 video essay coming out sometime this week. I'm editing it right now.
Sometime this year.
I also have, I've been saying this for a long time, but I actually do have for real the Why Phantasm Ravager is a better final installment than Halloween Ends coming out too.
Jesus Christ.
It's recorded. The audio exists. I just have to edit the visuals.
Holy shit.
It is happening.
Dude, do you mind if I do a live commentary to that video?
Oh, you have to. I'll be fucking pissed. I'll shut down my channel if you don't.
You're gonna have to. We're gonna make a Planet Dirty episode out of it.
Oh yeah.
Reaction to Brandon's Phantasm 5 is better than Halloween.
Again, dude, listen to me real quick. Phantasm
Here he
Ravager.
goes.
If they had just applied
Yeah, then stir
one
him up.
filter of film grain on top of that whole movie, it would have made it 10 times better for a lot of people because
Brandon,
it looks so college filmy.
What's 10 times 0? I'm just curious.
Listen here, goddamn it. I think everybody loves Ravager. I think, including you guys. I think you
That's
guys
I've only
a clip
wa-
right there. That's
I
a
only
clip
watched
right
it
there.
once, so I mean, I didn't like it, but I've never gone back and tried it again.
Brandon, like that's one of those things where like, you know what? I'll save it. I'll save it.
save it for the live stream.
Garrett, what do you got coming up, man?
I got my next episode of Anchor Bay Archives. Actually, I can give you a little sneak
little
peek
taste
at what it
test?
is going to be.
Oh my god!
Oh wow, look at
I've
that.
never even seen that before.
The
Love that
Jesus
Heather's
Christ.
locker set. This thing goes for big money now.
Damn.
So I'm going to be doing that. Obviously, I got the Camp Rad Pack special coming on. It's going to be on the Rad Pack channel. I also have, I'm going to be doing movies that need to be coming out on movies that are still stuck in like DVD and VHS that need upgrades. I'm going to also do, I have a live stream coming up where I'm going to do a big convention breakdown because, dude, I have like starting next week until November, we've got probably 10 conventions coming around my area. And I've got to like really figure out what the hell I'm doing because in September, there's like 3 in a row weekend. Boom, 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 boom. So I'm like, I can't go to all 3. So I'm going to do like a live stream where I pull up all the different ones, see who's going to be there, kind of try to game plan and whatnot. So if you guys are into horror conventions and stuff, I'm going to do a live show probably this weekend on that. And those are like the big ones. And like I said, we did the Masters of Horror thing coming, but that's not until September. Oh, this Thursday, we're doing Vestron Year 2. We're going to be talking about the Vestron Blu-rays that came out for Year 2, and we're going to have Michael Slipcase Felcher on. So he was involved in all of it. So it'll be cool to kind of get his backstory on how they got the rights for certain things and you know whatnot. So that'll be on Thursday night on my channel.
Incredible.
Hey, when you guys go to conventions, are you guys bringing like club flyers or stickers with like your channel logo and like the URL on them and stuff and passing them out to people, or is that lame?
I don't pass them out to people, but what I'll do is I'll like they usually will have different spots where like you can put flyers and stuff. Like there's usually like a promotion area, and I just will stack them up there and leave them. Yeah, so I do that when I go out.
Saturday videos running.
Oh baby,
Nice.
Excuse me. Do you got any conventions in New Jersey you're going to?
There is one this weekend. I'm not going. There's the Lost Boys reunion. I should be there, but I just can't. And then there's going to be one in October. This Chillers in October. I have next weekend Boston Comic-Con. I want to go because I want to meet Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
So I've been kind of on the fence about it because I'm like, I don't know if he's going to pull out because of everything going on right now with like SAG and all that stuff. And I'm sure a lot of these people are probably on the fence about like if they're going to want to go to these things. And he was somebody I'm like, I'll watch. He'll pull out, and he's the only reason I want to go.
His line would be insane, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go and just get him to sign up on my. I don't know. Should I bring Evil Dead 2 or Army of Darkness? I get both of them, both posters.
Army of Darkness.
That's what I thought because I think that was like his big passion project kind of thing. So I was like, maybe that's the one.
Yeah, but Evil Dead 2, you can get that beautiful silver on that black poster.
Yeah,
I'll have to show you the Evil Dead poster I have. It's actually the one that I have is. It's the same as part 1 with the hand coming out, but it's black. It's Evil Dead 2, and it's the chainsaw coming out of the ground. So it's different. It's a different look. I wish I had that skull one though. That was sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a bunch coming, man. The Terracon, Terrificon, Silver Scream, Connecticut Horror Fest. Like they're all coming like within the next month. Yeah.
Sweet. That's awesome.
I'll be damned. Anyway, I want to say thank you to everybody watching. We had an incredible audience tonight. A lot of good discussions, good topics tonight. And it's always great having you guys with us on Planet Dirty. So I appreciate everybody watching. Catch us on the next one and have a great rest of your night. Take it easy, guys.
Later, guys.